The following is a presentation of Bourne Braves Baseball, the 2009 Cape Cod League champions.
The 2022 regular season was filled with a lot of highs.
Can the Braves break through? Here it is. This is hit over the head of the shortstop and into left center field. Peck scores. Here comes Forsythe, and the Braves have taken the lead here in the 8th.
Ground ball left side, that's through into left field for a base hit. Eblin stumps home. We are tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Seeing Wagner for the first time as he hits another ball hard the opposite way. This is belted out to right field and over the fence. Oh my goodness, Matt Shaw is cooking with some sort of gas right now.
And a lot of lows.
And that'll do it here from Doran Park. Ryan Chassis, in a large way, slams the door. The Braves lose 2-1 your final.
It is a called strike 3 on a curveball that curves onto the inside corner. Hensler can only walk back to the dugout as the Braves are down in order in the 9th.
But when playoff time comes around, none of that matters.
First pitch is swung on in line, down in the left field, that's a base hit.
Stars shine.
The 1-2. This is crushed out to left field, and you can forget about this one. Chris Brito punishes another baseball over the scoreboard in left field.
Winners win.
First pitch is swung on and belted deep out to left field. There is no question it's getting down, and it's over the wall and gone! A walk-off grand slam! Welcome to the Braves, Matt Horvath.
And the best is brought to the table.
The 3-2. Swung on and missed. He got him swinging. Strike 3. Matt Duffy is cool as a cucumber, and that guy has some guts.
It's the CCBL playoffs, and it's right here on the Bourne Braves Media Network.
After decisive Game 3 victories for both ends just 24 hours ago, the Hyannis Harborhawks come to town to take on the Bourne Braves here for Game 1 of this best-of-3 Western Division Final. Welcome into the broadcast booth here at Doran Park. I'm Max Tanzerjoint alongside Calvin Cristoforo. As always, the Harborhawks and the Braves, one team goes home, one team gets to go to the championship round. We got a good one, but let's first step back and take a look at that previous series for Bourne, where they took 2 games out of 3 from Falmouth. A dramatic victory, 8-6 to say the least, last night.
Yeah, and really, either side probably thinks it could have won that series. The Braves eked out a 6-5 win here on Thursday night, went to Falmouth, got rocked. 11-4, the Commodores all over the Braves. But back here last night at Doran Park, the Braves really proved what they've been proving all season long. They can win games in any way, shape, or way possible. They went down 5-2, came roaring back with 6 runs in the 4th, went up 8-5, and never looked back. Falmouth added a solo home run late, but the Braves took it 8-6. So they can win no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the opponent is. And speaking of winning, they've done a lot against Hyannis this summer.
They are 3-1-2 against those Harborhawks this season. They have won the last 3 meetings as well. This is a Harborhawks team, though, that is at the top of the league in most offensive categories. In that best-of-3 set with the Cavaliers, scored a combined 24 runs in their 2 victories.
Yeah, they were all over the place, and it really started early in their wins. They scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings on Game 1 Thursday night, and then last night in game number 3, they scored 6 in the first inning. So that's the big key for the Braves tonight. Get off on the right foot, and you got a guy in Bryce Cunningham who's faced this Hyannis lineup before, yes, a month ago. It was all the way back at the end of June, but still had a lot of success. His best outing of the season, 6 innings allowed, no runs, just 2 hits. So he looks to emulate that tonight against the Harborhawks team. Like I already said, the Braves have had their number.
Absolutely. It'll be Cunningham for the Braves and Jay Driver for the Harborhawks, who the Braves have already seen 3 times before. Should be a really good one tonight. The season series here at Doran Park, 1-1-1. One team will move ahead tonight and take a 1-game-to-none series lead. That's all for Calvin and I here in the pregame show, but make sure to stay tuned. We have the fastest 15 minutes in baseball before the Bravos with Ethan Frank and Mac Friday coming up right after this.
Missed the biggest part of the game? Don't worry, the Bravos have you covered. Catch the call of the game on the Braves Twitter at BourneBraves to hear the night's biggest moment. From big-time strikeouts to crazy web gems, game-winning home runs, and more, whether you hear it for the first time or you just want to relive the magic, the call of the game will bring back the best moment from the night that was.
Free. It's a word you don't hear often, but it's the only word in the Cape Cod League. Every single game on the Cape is free, which means you can bring the entire family, extended family, and the extended family for no charge at Doran Park or to any other game on the Cape. Catch the best collegiate summer league in the nation for absolutely no charge all summer long.
Cape Cod League Baseball is back on the New England Sports Network in 2022. Nesson will feature 5 Cape League games on its airwaves this season, the first of which comes on June 30th when the Braves take on the Falmouth Commodores, and then the Nesson crew comes to Doran Park on July 21st when the Braves host the Wareham Gatemen. All Cape League games on Nesson start at 7, and the station will also feature the league's All-Star Game. It's the best summer baseball in the nation, and it's live on the same station as the Boston Red Sox all summer long.
First pitch is right around the corner. Now back to Before the Bravos, the official Born Braves pregame show.
Welcome to Before the Bravos. We said our goodbyes last night just in case we wouldn't be here today, but guess where we are? Right back here at Doran Park. Mac, it is wonderful to be beside you.
We're back. We're better than ever. The Bravos got it done, and we are here for more playoff baseball. What a treat and a pleasure it is to be back on this deck. I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm so pumped. The Braves are taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in Game 1 of the Western Division Championship Series. But before we talk about this series, let's go back to last night in one of the crazier games we've seen all season. Probably the second longest game we've seen this season besides the 11-run ninth inning against these very same Harbor Hawks at McKeon Park back in early July. But let's talk about a little bit of heroic relief pitching in the form of Cade Grundy and Jordan Sparks' brother Nolan. Just kidding. That's a joke. But
Unbelievable.
Grundy and Nolan Sparks.
Unbelievable. Cade Grundy came in, gave up 2 runs, looked like he was going to struggle, and then the Braves go on the miraculous run, 6-run bottom of the 4th that we'll talk about here in just a second. But Cade Grundy, 4 1/3, allowed those 2 runs and then got him out of the way. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, just a handful of hits. He was incredible. The gutsiest performance, in my opinion, by a Bourne pitcher this entire season. Absolutely incredible. And then you can't overlook Nolan Sparks from D3 Rochester. I've been saying this for the past 24 hours. Nolan Sparks from D3 Rochester struck out Andrew Pinckney from the University of Alabama in the SEC. There is nothing more quintessential Cape Cod Baseball League than that right there. Absolutely incredible. So much fun to watch. Nolan Sparks also very gutsy with an inning and a third of relief. Pretty good job. He's a starter, so it's kind of a little bit foreign for him to come out of the bullpen, but still did a good job with that. Gutsy performance from the pitching staff, just as equally as gutsing from the offense. I'm going to let you talk about that. It was just absolutely incredible. What'd you see from the dugout down there in the bottom of the 4th?
It was electric, and the guys were just – it felt like they were finally being rewarded, that the breaks hadn't gone their way the last couple of nights, but last night it did. You look at the exit velocities. I know Calvin and Max were really into that the hardest hit ball that went for a single was 82 miles an hour.
Unbelievable.
Exit velocity. That is really, really impressive. I do want to give a shout out, though, to my aunt and uncle, graduates from the University of Rochester. So the Rochester connections.
Love that.
Very happy to see more
that.
Rochester being devoted here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. But yeah, in the bottom of the 4th inning, I mean, it was also a validation of Scott Lander's decision to go with Ty Cummings and Cade Grundy, because like he told you after the game in your article that I read on bornbraves.org, that as soon as you got into trouble, Ty was coming in because you could not let the game get away. And I really like that strategy. The game did not get away. And although Ty got into some trouble in the 4th inning, Cade's able to come in and only give up a couple of runs, hold things down where you're only down 3. Because Scott Lander said after the game on Friday night, if you're down 3, if you're down 4, okay, that's not insurmountable. When you get down 5, 6, or 7, you're looking at a really tough test. So not getting down that much was really, really important, and I think that's where the confidence stems from, that finally you got some breaks. Now is the time where you hit the ball hard, and that starts tonight.
Absolutely. You got your infield singles that went your way. 2 infield singles and the highest chopping ball I've ever seen in my life over the glove of Jacob Walsh at first for 2 runs on a Chris Brito double. Just an unbelievable night of baseball. So much fun to watch. I believe that bottom of the 4th was about 45 minutes total.
Yep.
And from start to finish. And I want to identify something from that inning. Nelson Taylor in center field led that thing off with an error on Alex Mooney at shortstop. He is not in the lineup tonight. A little bit of a lineup shift for Scott Landers.
I think he's trying to get as much offense as possible.
Absolutely, and he's got to go with his guy from Oswego, Ryan Enos. That is really important. He'll be in right field. That does concern me a little bit because that pushes Mac Horvath over into center, and while he's played a good center field for the most part, he struggled in Game 2 against Falmouth. And Nelson Taylor has just seemed irreplaceable in center field with the good defense he's played. He's been absolutely incredible, especially we saw him in Game 1. So interested to see what the offense will be like. But it is important to remember that this is one of the best teams the Braves have hit against all season long, hitting against Hyannis Harbor Hawk pitching. They've been absolutely incredible. We've seen a Matt Shaw cycle. We've seen an 11-run top of the ninth. The season series is 3-2-1 in favor of the Braves. What will we see tonight? I can only hope, I can only imagine. It's going to be incredible.
Absolutely right. And you look at the hitting strategy from the Braves, I think you have to get the ball in the air to left field tonight, because if you do, you think about the power hitters in this lineup. Horvath, Burrito, Shaw. I mean, even Tomas Frick, if he were in there as well. You look at who could potentially be in this lineup. We've seen Alan Espinal hit home runs this year, and he's doing the catching today. We saw Ryan Enos hit a home run at Katuitt on Wednesday. Josh Kuroda-Grauer hit one of the warning track in center field yesterday. So there's a lot of power from the right side of the batter's box for Bourne. And if you get the ball in the air to left field, I think you'll be rewarded tonight like Matt Horvath was last night.
I'm a little bit worried because my parking spot was taken when I made my pregame dunk and run. That has been successful thus far. I am parked extremely close to the bullpen and the batting cages, and I parked backwards just in case. I take a Burrito bomb, a Horvath bomb to the rear windshield instead of the front. We'll take that. I'll go to Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace. If it takes a Bravos win, we'll go with that.
Yep, there's your free ad for the day. Safe
there
Light
you
Repair,
go.
Safe Light Replace. Mac might need it if Burrito gets in to one to left. But let's talk a little about the pitching. Bryce Cunningham taking the mound today. And I think if you're the Braves, you need 5 innings at least from Bryce, who was your ace at one point this season before he struggled in a couple of starts down the stretch. And he hasn't started a game since July 20th, like Max mentioned on our pregame edition of Tomahawk Talk. He pitched very well in relief against Chatham. That was last Saturday, so 8 days ago now. So he's had time to rest, get ready for what is a really big start today, and he's been really good at home this season.
I would expect the ball to just absolutely explode out of Bryce Cunningham's hands today, and it's something I want to identify. I just put up a piece recently on 4 keys for the Bravos series against Hyannis, and one of those keys is get a quality start. You haven't had a quality start the entire playoffs. Seth Keener went 4 innings, allowed 4 runs. Then Will Sandy in Game 3 went 3 1/3, 2 1/3 before he was pulled. And then in the middle, Hunter Furtado went 2 2/3, allowing 7 runs.
You haven't even gotten into the 5th inning yet.
Yeah, 3 of those were just earned.
Right.
So you haven't even gotten beyond the 4th with a starter. So you have to hope that Bryce Cunningham can be that guy. We saw him go 6 innings against Hyannis earlier this season, allowing just 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. He can be dominant. Will he be dominant is the question.
Absolutely right, and you look at the Hyannis offense, this is a team that likes to start fast. 6 first-inning runs yesterday against Katuitt, started fast in their first matchup of that series as well in Game 1 of the West Division semifinals at Lowell Park. But this Doran Park is a different animal than Lowell Park when it comes to hitting the baseball.
Without a doubt, and you look at guys like Riku Nishida and Mitch Jebb, their offense starts there, and if you can build on those 2 guys, you are in trouble if you're the opposing defense. Riku, the stolen base leader in the league, absolutely incredible. Had a straight-up steal of home in Katuitt this past weekend. And then Mitch Jebb, the runner-up for MVP, pretty incredible season, just behind Matt Shaw for the batting title. He did an incredible job as we hear Liam Griffin give the Get Up Born, hashtag Get Up Born for the Braves tonight. Got to be able to beat the Harbor Hawks. Then I want to identify somebody who is going to be an X factor for Hyannis today. I was watching Dominic Patelli highlights last night on YouTube. Guy is a vacuum at shortstop. Expect him to have a defensive presence today. Maybe not contribute with his bat as much as they would possibly like over in Hyannis, but He's an excellent defender. Look out for him at short.
Absolutely right. Really good guy to watch. When you look at this Braves lineup, who is someone you think that can make an impact that maybe, has been a little bit under the radar the last couple of days?
I'm going to go with Matt Shaw. He's not under the radar, but he's 0 for 10 in the playoffs with 3 strikeouts, and RBI finally made an impact last night with a sac fly to center field.
And how about that jumping catch he made
oh
in
my
the third
goodness.
inning?
I tweeted, this guy is not swinging a great bat right now, but holy cow, can he play defense. Unbelievable play. It reminded me of the play he made to introduce himself to us in Orleans, that unassisted L4U double play. I'm really excited to see Matt Shaw and what he can do today. Break that 0 for 10 streak and hopefully get a hit. I got the Braves tonight, 5-1.
Wow, big prediction from Mac. The Braves went 3-1-2 against Hyannis in the regular season. They'll try to get 2 more wins in the span of 3 days against the Harbor Hawks again this week. Enjoy Max and Calvin throughout the game. I'll join them at points, and you'll read Mac's article later. Have a good one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Tara Blanco.
For the 11th straight season, you can catch Cape Cod League Baseball on WEEI. The station will be home to 12 Cape League contests on the station's local affiliate 96.3 FM. The Braves will be on the airwaves twice in the regular season, first on July 3rd when the Bravos are in Wareham, and then on July 31st when Bourne welcomes Falmouth to Doran Park. Catch the Braves on live radio, but you can always watch or listen to the team live on the Bourne Braves YouTube channel. Just search Bourne Braves.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. From the Baseball Diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more.
Cape Cod League Baseball is live. The Bourne Braves are in action.
We are ready to go here for Game 1 of this best-of-3 Western Division Final between the 1-seeded Bourne Braves and the 3-seeded Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Going to be a good one today. Welcome to Doran Park. I'm Max Tanzer, joined alongside Calvin Cristoforo, and let's take a look at the starting lineup. They'll be sent out by first-year manager and manager of the year, Eric Beattie. Leading things off at second base will be the exciting Riku Nishida, followed by Mitch Jebb at the DH. Cole McConnell, the center fielder, will hit third. Jackson Ross will clean things up in right field. Drew Earhart, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Pancho Ruiz, the catcher, sixth. Dominic Patelli at short will bat seventh. Nolan Shanuel, the first baseman, eighth. And Tito Flores will round out the 9 in left field for Bryce Cunningham, making his first start in 18 days.
It's been a long time since we've seen Bryce start. He did come out of relief last week in Chatham. That was part of the 1-1 tie. Went 2 2/3 scoreless. But tonight, facing the Harbor Hawks team he hasn't faced in over a month, but when he did score it off with these Hawks on June 28th, he was excellent. His best start of the season, he went 6 innings, allowed just 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and punched out 5. faced just 20 batters, getting 18 of them out. So he had a really good performance then. We're going to emulate that against a Harbor Hawks team that has been red hot offensively, especially if you look back at their series in round 1 against Kituitt.
Absolutely, and the Braves would love to get a victory tonight and head tomorrow to McKeon Park with a 1-0 lead. With a chance to clinch at a ballpark they have dominated in 2-0-1 over in Hyannis this season. For Bryce, this will be his 6th start on the year, and it's been a struggle in his last couple of nods. Take out that relief appearance where he went 2 2/3, not allowing a run, closing out the 1-1 tie against Chatham. Has allowed 7 earned runs in 7 2/3 of an inning's work. So he'll look to get the Braves deep into this ballgame tonight. Here's Rico Nishida, the second baseman, to lead things off. Just about ready to say play ball here from Doran Park, game 1 of this best-of-3 Western Final Championship. Nishida 4 for 12 this postseason, a couple RBIs, and he has been off to the races, 3 for 4 already in stolen base attempts. Cunningham's first pitch on the way is a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1, and we are underway here in Bourne. 0-1 the count, first pitch at just about 7:01, make that 6:01 local time here in Bourne. Just about 80 degrees here at first pitch. 0-1 from Cunningham is a fastball outside, ball 1. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And for Cunningham, it's going to be his first 2 innings are the most important. This is a Harbor Hawks team when their 2 wins. Scored 6 runs in the first 2 innings in the game 1 win Thursday against Kituitt, 6 in the first inning yesterday.
1-1 pitch is a breaking ball in the inside corner. 1-2 the count. In the Harbor Hawks' 2 wins against Kituitt, game 1 and game 3 respectively, they scored a combined 24 runs. Lost 9-1 in the others, so offense was aplenty on both ends throughout the entirety of that series. Cunningham from the wind, his 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside, count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Harbor Hawks now have scored 9 or more runs 5 times this season. 3-2 in those games. They've lost 2 games this year in which they've scored 10. One of those against these Braves in an 18-10 Braves win on July 9th. That, of course, the wild 11-run inning for the Braves in the top of the 9th. 2-2, spoiled foul to the left side and out of play. Count evens up. And a big reason for that is that pitching has been a struggle for the Harbor Hawks all season long. 3.77 team ERA, which is 8th in the league. Opponents hitting .232, which is the 4th highest clip of any staff in the Cape Cod League as well. Here's the wind and the 2-2 from Cunningham. Down low in the dirt, good take from Nishida. Count runs full at 3-2.
Nishida, we've seen it all year long, a really tough guy to strike out. When he gets 2 strikes, he turns in to one of the grittiest hitters in the league, just slapping balls foul, making himself really small, and waiting for a pitch over the heart of the zone or outside the plate for him to take ball 4.
He digs back into the box here. Cunningham fires his payoff pitch. Swing and a pop up third base side and out of play. Count will hold full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nishida, an all-star this season for the West. One of 5 all-stars, in fact, in the starting 9 tonight here for Hyannis, and he has been one of the most exciting players here in the Cape. In terms of personality, his style of play, loves to run the bases. Led the league with 28 stolen bags this summer. Here's the 3-2. Swinging another slicing drive foul to play. Nishida putting on quite a fight. Count stays full.
And the big thing for Espinal is do not give in. Nishida in the regular season had 34 hits. 31 of them were singles. So if he's going to burn you, it's going to be with a base hit, which is just what a walk is going to be anyway. So continue to throw pitches inside the strike zone.
Cunningham holds that glove in front of his face. Shakes once, now nods. Payoff pitch. Swinging another pop-up foul. Nishida putting on a real fight right here. Count stays full.
Because if Nishida gets on base with his speed, 28 in the regular season, stole 3 in the playoff series, he's a real headache to deal with on first base. So that's why you're going to have to make him earn his way on. And this 2-strike approach is not something the Braves should be surprised by.
10th pitch of the plate appearance coming up right here. Cunningham fires the payoff again. Swinging a line drive left field. This one's going to tumble down into left field for a base hit. Riku Nishida wins the 10-pitch battle, starts things off with a single to left. And here we go. Game 1 is underway. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense tonight that will man behind Bryce Cunningham this evening. Evan Slight, Matt Corvath, and Ryan Enos left to right in the outfield. Bryce Eblin over the hot corner. John Peck and Matt Shaw up the middle of the diamond. Chris Brito over at first, and Alan Espinal. After it was Tomas Frick last night, Espinal will get the start to catch his Vanderbilt Commodore battery mate this evening. So Nishida over at first, got to keep an eye on him. Between the regular season and postseason combined, 31 stolen bags, which is the most in the league. Here's Mitch Jebb, another tough out. First pitch, fastball, pinpointed on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. And we talked about it when these two teams faced on Monday. That was a 4-3 win for the Braves. Nishida and Jebb, two of the most difficult players to get out, not just in this lineup, but the entire league. They hit back-to-back at the top of the lineup. 0-1 is a breaking ball for a strike. Jebb quickly behind here at 0-2. Jebb 4 for 13 in the postseason so far, and he's been seeing it really well as of late, riding a 9-game hitting streak, 18 for 36 in that stretch, hitting at a 500 clip. Nishida takes his lead from first, scoreless here in the top of the first frame. Cunningham from the stretch, 0-2. So runner goes, pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Espinal can't find the handle. So a rare strikeout to Jebb, out number 1 of the night for Cunningham. But meanwhile, Nishida notches his 4th stolen base of the postseason.
And it wasn't a good jump. Quite frankly, it was a poor jump by Nishida. He kind of looked like he shuffled, tried to make it a delay steal. And if Espinal would have picked it cleanly on a really good pitch to throw on, up and out of the zone, probably would have had a really good shot to get Nishida. Braves will take the strikeout, but now Hyannis is fastest guys in scoring position.
Here's another all-star in Cole McConnell. So the Harborhawks look to get on the board here in the first once again. First pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. 1-0 the count. For the Braves in that series against Falmouth, they allowed 18 earned runs, which was more than they allowed in their last 17, to make that 72 innings. To end the season, they allowed 11 runs in that span. Well, 18 in just the last 3 games. Cunningham from the stretch, 1-0. Check swing on a breaking ball down and in, appeal down to the third base. David Perry says he went around. Count evens up at 1-1. Be Mike Hinojosa calling balls and strikes tonight. He was the second base umpire in Game 2 in Falmouth a couple days ago. Jeff Merzell over at first, Mike Beal at second, and David Perry as we just met. 1-1 the count here with 1 down. Nishida with really good speed takes his lead from second base. Cunningham trying to weave out of some early trouble. Here's the 1-1. Fastball right over Broadway for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I really like the approach of Cunningham early. He is attacking the strike zone. Made Nishida get a base hit to get on first. Punched out Jebb on 3 pitches and now ahead of Cole McConnell.
17th pitch of the inning coming up for the Vanderbilt right-hander. He sets at the belt. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a running fastball off the plate. Back-to-back punch-outs for Cunningham after the leadoff single to Nishida. He's out away from getting out of this jam.
Cunningham looks good. He was really solid for a really large portion of the season. You probably thought he was the Braves' best pitcher. But he struggled a couple of outings before moved to the bullpen when he came in against Chatham tonight. Back to his early July, late June form.
Braves in their white tops and bottoms tonight with their red caps with the navy blue brims. Harborhawks in their bright blue tops, the white pinstripe bottoms. Here's Jackson Ross, the right fielder, to the plate, hitting in the cleanup spot this evening. Just 2 games in the regular season for the Florida Atlantic right fielder. Was 1 for 4, but now 4 for 12 in the postseason with 3 runs batted in. Drove in 2 yesterday, in fact, as well in the 15-5 victory against Kituitt. First pitch from Cunningham. Breaking ball floats over the heart of the plate for strike 1. 0-1 the count. For Cunningham, a fastball, slider, changeup mix. Slider really good this season. Third of the swings on it have been for swings and misses. Nishida takes his lead from second. Here with 2 down, he'll be going on contact. 0-1, breaking ball, good spot on the outside black. 0-2 here.
Cunningham looks well rested. It's been a long time since he started a game, and he's coming out really sharp. Is a real borderline between rest and rust, and it looks like Cunningham, the beneficiary of rest, while not acquiring some rust.
Looking to get out of this inning right here. Wind blowing out hard to the pool side of Ross towards left center as it did last night. 0-2. In the dirt, scoots away from the catcher, and Espinal as it rolls towards his right. Nishida will walk into third base standing up. 1-2 the count here with 2 down will be a wild pitch on Cunningham, and Nishida now 90 feet away.
Not a massive change in the situation. The only thing is now Nishida can score on a pass ball or wild pitch, because unless it was kept in the infield, Nishida was scoring on anything anyway with his speed running on contact with 2 outs.
Ross has some swing and miss in his game this postseason, 6 strikeouts and 12 at-bats, and he's behind in the count here. 1-2 on Cunningham, who's picked up back-to-back punch-outs already. 1-2. Upstairs with a fastball. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you see this now, Cunningham electing to go out of the stretch, the runner on third base. Nishida in Game 1 against Katuitt on Thursday stole home. So Cunningham not taking any risks, with Nishida on third, working out of the stretch.
Cunningham pauses from the first base side again. 2-2. Inside, that runs in and hits Ross right on the front elbow. So with 2 strikes, Cunningham hits Ross to set up a first and third spot with 2 down. And after the Braves hit 3 Commodores yesterday, Cunningham just had a fastball get away from him right there.
36 out of Tampa, Drew Erhard.
So we know this is a Hyannis team that loves to run. It led the league in stolen bases in the regular campaign with 95. Are 5 of 6 in this postseason. We'll see if they try to pull off a first and third play or even just simply try to get Ross into scoring position. Drew Erhard, the hot-hitting third baseman up at the plate, already has 2 home runs in 3 games this playoffs. He was 2 for 5 yesterday with a 2-run shot as well. Nishida at third, Ross over at first, just getting underway here at Doran Park. First pitch is a fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-1. So Cunningham attacking the zone very aggressively tonight, but has gotten into some trouble here in the first. Now approaching 25 pitches. 0-1 is a breaking ball down and away, appeal down to first base. Merzel says that Erhard did not go around. The count will even up at 1-1. The Harbachs have been really good with runners in scoring position this year, just hitting a couple points south of 260. But with 2 outs right here, really need a base knock. Cunningham from the stretch, he fires the 1-1. Swinging a bounding ball left side, pecked deep in the hole at short, goes to second, to shot covering the bag. That'll be in time to retire this side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on here for the Harbachs in the top of the first, running to the bottom of the first. Here in Game 1 of the Western Division Final, the Braves coming up for the first time tonight when we return.
Feeling lucky? Head over to the 50-50 table at Doran Park and play everyone's favorite ballpark game of chance. A different list of prizes are available every home game, and of course, half the pot is always up for grabs. Take it from me, my family played the 50-50 last season and won a gift certificate to a local ice cream shop, and I can tell you firsthand, it was delicious. Check out the list of prizes over at the 50-50 table next to the concession stand and play the 50-50 today, because I'm sure there's a prize for you.
For the first time since 2019, the Cape Cod League All-Star Game is back. On Saturday, July 23rd at 6:45, the best players on Cape will come together in Wareham and duke it out in an East Division versus West Division clash. In 2021, the Braves had a league-leading 9 All-Stars, but they weren't able to shine in the mid-season showcase. But now the game is back, and it will include your favorite Braves stars, as well as the best talent from around the Cape.
On our way back to Doran Park, it's time for some more Born Braves baseball.
Bottom half of the first inning here in Game 1 of the Western Division Final, the Braves and the Harbachs. Harbachs stranded a couple runners on base in the top of the first inning. The Braves look to take advantage of that and get on the board here early. Let's take a look at the starting 9 tonight. They'll be sent out by first-year manager Scott Landers. Leading off will be Bryce Evelyn. He's been swinging it well as of late, 9 for his last 15. Matt Corvath will follow and center field. Matt Shaw, the second baseman, looking to snap an 0 for 17 tonight, will bat third. Chris Breida will clean things up at first. Evan Slight in left field bats fifth. Josh Kuroda Grauer 6th at the DH spot. Ryan Enison right 7th. John Peck 8th at short. And Alan Espinal will do the catching and round out the 9 for the Braves. On the mound for the Harbachs, right-hander Jay Driver, who the Braves have seen a lot this summer.
Yeah, this is his 4th appearance against the Braves, and the Bravos have really got to him this year. 6 2/3 innings of work. He's allowed 12 hits, 7 runs, just 3 of them earned. The Braves hitting .387 against this guy, almost .400, including this man right here who just loves hitting against the Harbachs.
That's Bryce Evelyn. 11 for 21 with 4 stolen bags against Hyannis this season. We mentioned it just moments ago. 9 for his last 15, so he's been seeing it really well. An easy choice for Scott Landers to put him at the top of the lineup tonight. So here we go. Let's press play on the bottom of the first. Driver set from the first base side. Twists and tosses his first pitch of the night. Fastball up and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Eblin 5 for 9 this postseason, a double and an RBI. That 2-bagger came in game 2 to lead off the game in Falmouth, a screamer in the left center, with Eblin hustling into second base for his second extra base hit of the season. 1-0 is popped up foul third base side. Count evens up at 1-1 here. Driver has just made 3 starts this season, and in that role has struggled. 7 earned runs in 13 1/3 of an inning's work. So the Braves will look to get to him tonight. In fact, started against these Braves in an 8-1 Bravos victory on July 17th, as his 1-1's on the way. Swinging a foul straight back, 1-2 on Eblin. That was the Matt Shaw cycle game.
Yeah, I was going to say, anything notable happened that night?
Shaw's first hit and only hit against Driver was the home run, so you could argue one of the harder ones to get out there.
I think it'd be tough to argue not one of the hardest ones to get.
The triple as well. And Shaw made history that night. 1-2 is down in the dirt, smothered by the catcher and Ruiz. Count evens up at 2-2. I mean, there's just so many different games you could look at between these two clubs that stand out. Of course, there's the July 17th cycle game. It was also the Major League Baseball first-year player draft, and a lot of Braves were taken from the past, and a handful of current Braves as well. Driver from the wind is 2-2. Fastball misses outside, ball 3. The count will run full. And then you have the 18-10 game, which we alluded to earlier. That one on July 9th. The Braves trailed by a couple entering the top of the 9th and pushed across 10+ to win that ball game. And then a couple of 1-1 ties in between as well. It's been all over the place when it's come to these matchups. 3-2. Fastball runs outside for ball 4, so a walk to Bryce Eblin. Leadoff base runner here for the Braves, just as the Harbor Hawks had into the first. The Braves will look to push Eblin around, however. Let's take a look at the rest of the defense tonight. That'll be playing behind Jay Driver. Left to right in the outfield, Tito Flores, Cole McConnell, and Jackson Ross. Drew Earhart, the third baseman tonight. Dominic Pitelli and Riku Nishida up the middle. Nolan Shanuel at first, and Pancho Ruiz will do the catching. And you better be careful with Ruiz behind the plate. Throughout Enrique Bradfield, who was 50 for 50 in stolen bases between school and summer. The first pitch to Matt Horvath is swung on and found straight back. 0-1 the count. Bradfield 46 for 46 in stolen base attempts at Vanderbilt this spring, which was second in the nation. Was 4 for 4 in his first 4 attempts here on the Cape. And then Ruiz in that last series, the first to gun him down. Braves love to run. Have ran 8 times this postseason, have been successful 7. Here's the 0-1. Front door breaking ball, floats over the inside corner, 0-2. Horvath homered last night, that tied the game at 2 apiece. Back in the bottom of the third inning, and there was no question, just about 345 feet out towards the Braves bullpen in straightaway left field.
And the wind is probably the heaviest we've seen here at Doran Park all season, like it normally does, blowing out there to left.
Driver mixes up his grip. Here's his 0-2. Swing and a pop up first base side. Ruiz, the catcher, giving it a look towards the first base dugout. He'll reach up to make the catch. 1 away. So Horvath retired. Eblin will hold at first base. So that'll send up Matt Shaw to the plate.
Second baseman, number 24.
The ball was flying
Maryland,
yesterday, to say the least.
Shaw.
That Horvath home run. Anthony McKenzie left the yard to straightaway center field, which is an impressive spot. 395 feet in that direction. We haven't seen too many guys leave the yard that way, especially for McKenzie, who homered just once this summer. Got it from the left side, which pushed the deficit to 2 for Falmouth, but the Braves able to hold on, because Nolan Sparks picking up the save in his second outing as a Brave. Here's Matt Shaw. Driver fires the first pitch. Breaking ball slides across the outside corner. 0-1. Matt currently 0 for his last 17. After an MVP season, was awarded the award back in Game 1 against Falmouth a few evenings ago. He's 0 for 10 this postseason as well, looking to break out in a big way. Eblin takes off for second. The 0-1's a breaking ball inside. Ruiz won't even make a throw. Eblin slides in safely. That's his second stolen base of the postseason. give him 12 on the season in total. He's in scoring position here. One down, 1-1 the count here on Shaw.
And you see Driver going to that slider a lot, and that has been his best pitch this year. 43% whiff rate on that slider. He uses 22% of the time. But the reason why the Braves have been so effective against this guy, they've hit the slider. Just a 20% whiff rate on that pitch against Bourne this year.
Here's his 1-1. Breaking ball spoiled, foul on a line towards the first base dugout. 1-2 here. The first 2 times they saw him, it was as a reliever, then saw him as a starter his last time out. And he's allowed 3 earned runs through 6 2/3 of an inning's work against them. 10 strikeouts in that span, so the swing and miss is there. He's struck out 39 in a total of 23 innings so far this summer as well. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a bounty ball up the middle, softly hit to his left. Spitelli, it scoots underneath his glove and into center field. Eblin rounding third, he trips. He's now coming to the plate. There will be no throw. Eblin scores, and the Braves strike first here in game 1. It's 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
And they're going to give Matt Shaw a single there, which breaks his 0 for 17. Didn't get a lot of it. Would have been a really tough play for Patelli to make if he would have fielded it cleanly with Shaw's speed down the first baseline. Was thinking about the throw before he saw it into his glove. It trickled into center field. And even with the bobble and trip by Eblin, no chance for him to be thrown out at home plate.
The grass really ate it up. The center fielder and Cole McConnell had to race in to pick it up with his bare hand. Eblin could have walked home. So Shaw over at first. That breaks the 0 for 17 as he slides back in on an appeal over there. Chris Brito came up with a big knock in yesterday's 6-run 4th inning, a 2-run double that just snuck over the glove of the tall first baseman Jacob Walsh. Another move to first base. Shaw will get back in safely. In that 6th inning, the Braves, don't want to call it luck, but the ball bounced their way to say the least. A couple of C&I singles. The first pitch to Brito is a breaking ball down away for ball 1. Out of the 6 balls put in play, all of them were below 88 miles an hour. The 2 that were above 85 were Frick's pop out and Peck's fly out. So all the hits were sub 82. 1-0, shot takes off for second. The pitch is swung on and laced fouled on the right field side. 1-1. Taylor's ground ball that turned into an E6 on Mooney was hit 65 miles an hour. Eblin's infield game tying RBI single, 60 miles an hour. Slight's infield single, 77. And then Chris Brito's doubled on the right field line did not even register. But I can guarantee you, had to have been below 80 miles an hour.
Nice Baltimore chop piece into right field.
There we go. Would love another one right here. As the 1-1 is swung on and missed. Sweeping slider from Driver. 1-2 the count. Chris is 1 for 4 against Driver so far this season. A couple of strikeouts. Would love to extend his on-base streak to now at 19 games. Currently sitting at 18 entering tonight. So there's another move over to first base. Shaw gets in safely with a dive. So Matt Shaw now 11 for 27 against Hyannis this season. Has really mashed against the West. Really the entire league, of course, winning the MVP. 1-2 is found straight back. 1-2. How about this, though? Against the 3 Western playoff teams, in the Commodores, Kettleers, and Harbor Hawks, Shaw hit just north of 470. But against last place Wareham, 2 for 19. He'll take it against the games that matter. There's another move to first base. Shaw gets back in safely. Of course, Wareham, the only team in the West not to make the playoffs here this summer. 1-2 the count here with 1 down. 1-0 Braves on the Shaw single to center. Pitch on the way is fouled straight back. Brito stays alive. Count holds at 1-2.
And you mentioned the scouting report on the catcher, Poncho Ruiz. The guy's got a really impressive arm. But the reason why the Braves are being so aggressive in this inning, Eblin already stole second successfully. Shaw has attempted to go, but the pitch was fouled off. Driver is very long and lanky towards home plate, and his move over to first isn't the fastest. So it left the Braves get a larger lead and a bigger jump, trying to counteract the arm strength of Poncho Ruiz behind home plate.
Really healthy lead for Shaw at first as well. He goes 1-2, swing, and another foul straight back. Brito putting up a fight. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. He got a slider right there hanging over the heart of the plate. Took a massive rip at it, just found it straight back. Wind continues to gust out deep towards left field. Brito with just 1 home run this season here at home. Had 5 in total. Came a couple weeks ago against Wareham, a hard line drive out over the wall in left center field. 1-2 again. Fastball outside, snap through to first base. Tag applied by Sean Ewell's not in time. Sean will slide in safely. It was a heater outside, so Brito takes ball 2. That was a close spot right there. Had Ruiz not popped out of the crouch and maybe stuck it there, may have gotten a strike call. Infield shifting, Brito slightly to pull. Second baseman Nishida ranging up the middle in double play depth. Another move to first base. Sean will slide in safely as he has dirt stains now on the left and right thighs and across his chest as well. Already here in the first inning.
Give him a break. He's got a white uniform on.
Driver from the stretch again, jersey tugging in the wind. There goes shot, 2-2, swing and a miss. Ruiz is thrown down to second base on a hop. Tag applied by Nishida is not in time. So Brito down on strikes, but Shaw picks up the stolen base, his 22nd on the campaign. 2 down, a runner in scoring position now here for Evan Slight, and that was a real athletic tag by Nishida. The throw was to the third base side of the second base back. He picked it on the in-between hop, then quickly spun and applied the tag, but Shaw was able to get in just in time.
Left fielder number 27.
And it would have been a really impressive pick and tag by the second baseman Nishida. He almost pirouetted and slapped the tag on Shaw before he got into second.
Here's Evan Slight. First pitch is swung on and lined out to deep left field. Raging back is Flores at the track, at the wall. It hops off the track and over the wall for a ground rule RBI double. Matt Shaw will come around to score, and the Braves double their lead. It's 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Good for Evan Slight. That's his first extra base hit in 40 at-bats, dating all the way back to July 17th.
And you can tell right off the bat that was going to be trouble. Flores, the left fielder, just put his head down and went into a dead sprint. In the left field corner, wind aiding it as it fades in that direction. And that's a really big stolen base by Matt Shaw to get in. Because with it hopping over the wall, Shaw would have had to stay at third base, even though he probably would have scored on first base on that anyway. But no question with him in scoring position to trot home and double the Braves' lead.
So here's Josh Kuroda-Grauer. First pitch is a frisbee breaking ball that cuts the plate in 2 pieces for strike 1. 0-1 the count. Slight picks up his second RBI of the postseason. 15th on the summer in total, and the Braves would love to keep it rolling right here. He's in scoring position with 2 down. 0-1, another good breaking ball. Finds the inside corner. 0-2. So the Braves jumping out to a 2-run lead here, giving the Harbor Hawks a taste of their own medicine, who have monopolized the first inning, at least against the Kettleers over the last couple of evenings. 2-0 Braves here. Here's the 0-2 from Driver. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. JKG was 0 for 3 yesterday with an RBI. Has now driven in 5 runs in 5 games in a Braves uniform. Slight takes a shuffling lead from second. Here's the 1-2. Slider, tomahawked on the ground and over the head of the third baseman airhead. That's down to the left field. Slight getting the wave around. He can walk home. The Braves pouring it on here in game 1. It's 3-0. Here in the bottom of the first inning, JKG strikes 1 more time.
Another chopper that went over the head of the third baseman. We saw that a couple of times last night. JKG bouncing it over there. And the Braves continuing to haunt Jay Driver. They've been all over him in all the matchups this summer. He's only gotten 2 outs, has allowed 3 runs, all earned. Now the righty, through 7 1/3 innings of work, has allowed 10 runs against the Braves. And Bourne, with speed in the first base bag, is nowhere near done here in the first inning with Ryan Enos coming to the plate.
And Driver had been doing well. If you take out this 6th inning in his last start, where he was stretched a little bit, just 4 earned runs in his last 13 innings of work. That's a 2.77 ERA. In fact, against Falmouth in his second to most recent start on July 25th, struck out 11 Commodores and allowed just 1 earned run through 5 innings. But the Braves, they have just seen the ball so well against him this season, and they are not done yet. 3 runs in here.
Right fielder, number 9, out of East Tennessee State, Ryan.
Already the 6th
Enos.
RBI in just a handful of games for JKG in his Braves career, his 5th in the postseason. Here's Ryan Enos now with 2 down. Enos did not get the start yesterday, but was 0 for 3 back in Falmouth in game 2. looking for his first knock here of the playoffs. Righty on right, the first pitch he shows bunt, pulls back, takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. JKG, a really nice piece of hitting. After falling behind quickly, 2 strikes on a couple of breaking balls. Got a pitch up in the zone and slammed it into the ground. Had quite a high apex as it hopped over the head of the third baseman, Earhart. Enos digs back into the box. Wide stance from the right side as there's another move to first base. Crow to Grauer gets back in safely.
Braves have been really aggressive stealing in this inning so far. I don't think that's going to change. Trying to get JKG in scoring position for Ryan Enos.
0-1 pitch. Swinging a soft flare, shallow left. Patelli backpedaling out onto the outfield grass. He'll make the catch with 2 hands. That will end the inning. But the Braves, they make a statement here in the first inning. Send 7 to the plate, push across 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, 1 runner left on. Top of the second coming up here in game 1 of this Western Final. 3-0, Bourne your score.
For their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch, at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Bourne Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
This is Seth Keener from Wake Forest, right-handed pitcher, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to Doran Park, top of the second inning. Braves lead it 3-0 after an RBI single from Matt Shaw, an RBI double from Evan Slight, and an RBI one-bagger from Josh Grauer. I'm Max Tanstrom alongside Calvin Cristoforo. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. The Braves carrying the momentum from yesterday's 8-6 win and making a statement in the first with 3 runs.
3 runs in the bottom of the first inning, a really good start. But you know one thing? Hyannis is going to score tonight. This is a team that is feeling really good about themselves offensively. Off to a good start, but you can't be satisfied with 3 in the first inning. Got to continue to play clean defense and keep the foot down on the gas on the offensive side.
6, 7, and 8 due up here for the Harbor Hawks against Bryce Cunningham. Pancho Ruiz, the backstop, will lead things off. Right-hander on right-hander, first pitch. Breaking ball, misses, is in there for a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. You said it, this team loves to score. Put up a ton of runs in their last series, but also first in the Cape in runs scored as well over the regular season. It's the 0-1 is swung on and missed. Another good fastball from Cunningham, 0-2. Averaging 4.8 runs per game are the Harbor Hawks, 209 in total through 44 games. Second in the league in hitting as well at a 245 clip. 0-2. Spoiled foul, lined off to the right side and out of play. Count stays at 0-2.
And if there's one guy you need to attack in this order, it's the batter Ruiz. Under the Mendoza line, 191 hitter in the regular season, just 1 for 12 in the postseason.
He's looking to battle here with 2 strikes. Meanwhile, Cunningham looking for a quick start to the inning. He winds and fires his 0-2 again. Swinging a bounding ball left side, Edlin charges, picks it up cleanly, sets his feet, and throws over to first base to retire Ruiz for out number 1. So 1 down for Cunningham as he sets down the Ruiz on 4 pitches. Quite a turnaround after Nishida saw 10 and singled to left to open up the first. Nishida would be stranded. He stole his way into second base, made it all the way to third on a wild pitch. And then it was Drew Earhart who came to the plate and grounded out to John Peck to end the inning. Here's Dominic Patelli with nobody on and 1 away. Swinging for the left side here against the righty in Cunningham. Here's his first pitch. Down and away, 1-0. Patelli, an all-star this summer as well, hit .252 with 3 homers, 12 runs batted in during the regular season. 5 for 21 with a couple of stolen bags against the Braves this summer as well. Cunningham winds and tosses the 1-0. Swing and a foul straight back. Count evens up at 1. Really pretty night for baseball. A couple of gray clouds over the trees in straightaway center and straightaway left, but no threat of rain. Blue skies above. Big crowd on hand tonight as well down the third base side. A lot of lawn chairs parked out here. Cunningham winds and tosses the 1-1. Breaking ball slices the outer edge for strike 2. 1-2. There was a big crowd on hand yesterday, of course, a Saturday night for the decisive Game 3. A lot of the fans stayed throughout the entirety of that one. That ball game lasted 3.5 hours. The 1-2 is cut on and missed. Strike 3, number 3 on the night for Cunningham. 2 up, 2 down, here to open up this second.
And all 3 of his strikeouts had been on the fastball into the 2 lefties in Jeb and Patelli that he punched out. It was a fastball running up and away with that 2-seam sinker movement we've talked about with Cunningham's fastball. Just a natural tilt to it, something you don't see a lot from righties, but it's definitely shown on Cunningham's heater.
Here's his first pitch to Nolan Shanuel. It swung on and found straight back for strike 1. Of Cunningham's 25 strikeouts entering tonight, 15 of those on the fastball, 8 on the slider, which he likes to use as well. We mentioned the 36% whiff rate on that pitch. He shakes off Espinal a couple times. Now he's ready to go. 0-1, his fisted foul off to the left side. A line drive over the third base dugout. 0-2 here. Shanuel, a couple home runs in this postseason so far, including one yesterday. He drove in 3 in total. He's quickly behind here, 0-2. He steps back into the left-hander's batter's box. Cunningham kicks and tosses the 0-2. Fastball rings him up for strike 3. Froze him with a fastball on the inside corner. That will do it here for the top of the second. Bryce Cunningham faces the minimum, picks out strikeouts number 3 and 4 already on the night. Bottom of the second coming up. Braves looking to get back to work. John Peck will lead things off as he looks to extend the Bravos lead from 3. It's 3-0 here in Game 1.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former Bourne Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick, Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bournebraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Bourne Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bournebraves.org.
Now back to Bourne Braves baseball.
Out of Pepperdine, gone.
Bottom half of the second inning, Braves lead it 3-0. And Bryce Cunningham, a good bounce back frame after facing 5 in the first, stranding a couple runners on. Set down the Harbor Hawks 1-2-3, picking up back-to-back strikeouts to punctuate the frame. Braves looking to continue to add on here. They're up 3-0. John Peck, the shortstop, will lead things off here against Jay Driver. First pitch. Breaking ball runs outside for ball 1. 1-0. Driver had to throw a lot of pitches back in that first inning, faced 7 batters, allowed 3 hits. Walked the leadoff man in Eblin as well. 28 pitches in that frame. 1-0, swing and a miss. Peck late on a fastball on the outer edge. 1-1. Peck was 1 for 4 yesterday. That was a slicing line drive through the shift to right field. Back in that 6-run 4th inning. He was the second batter to come to the plate in that frame. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a pop first base side and out of play. 1-2. And that single was the hardest hit that inning from a Brave at 82 miles an hour. It was a breaking ball running away. He caught off the end of the bat, still hit it fairly hard, and he snuck into right, which set up Chopper Palooza for the Braves, who picked up 3 essentially infield singles. 1-2 is found straight back. Peck stays alive.
Seems like an event I want to go to. They got chopped salad.
Absolutely. Some pork chops.
Baltimore chops.
Absolutely. Quite a buffet we got going on.
What's the facial hairstyle called?
You're right. Oh man, what is that? 1-2, breaking ball, runs across the inside corner for strike 3. Pecked down on strikes. Second punch out of the night for Driver. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the second. It's on the tip of my tongue, Calvin. I don't
Catcher
remember.
number 31, out of Vanderbilt,
I think they're just called like
Espinal.
chops. I have an idea in my head, but I don't.
Mutton chops?
Mutton chops. I was going to say mustin chops, but mutton chops. So we could get the O in the side of the head, which we established yesterday. First pitch to Espinal is lined foul on the first base side, 0-1. For those that did not tune in, we had the Baltimore chop term used a couple of times because that inning was full of them. And we decided that it could also part as a haircut where you get the Orioles O.
Or
you get
Oreo.
Oreos
Yeah.
O if you'd like, in the side of your head. 0-1, a heater over the heart of the plate. 0-2.
I'm sure the great people of Baltimore eat Oreos just like the rest of us.
Maybe some Halloween Oreos, some orange
some
cream in the middle.
Oreos?
Exactly. Try saying that 10 times. Driver from the wind, the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Driver getting into a groove here. Back-to-back strikeouts. 3
Third
in a row
baseman number
time.
2, out of Alabama, Bryce Eblin.
That's why his slider's been so good. You've seen it back-to-back times. One through the back door to catch. Instead, both of them, one through the front door to catch Peck looking, and then one down and into Espinal, and he swung over the top of it. He's getting the feel for that pitch back.
And he's filled up the strike zone. So far, 27 strikes in his total of 36 pitches. First pitch to Evelyn is fouled straight back. 0-1. Bryce worked a 3-2 count his last time up and drew the walk. Stole second base and came around to score on the RBI single from Matt Shaw. Third baseman in Earhart, even with the bag at third, protecting the potential bunt. Shortstop and Patelli a couple steps towards the 6 hole. 0-1. Down in the dirt, smothered by the catcher, Ruiz. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Evelyn was a part of the Chop-Palooza back in the 4th inning yesterday. A swinging bunt single down the third base line. That tied the game up. That came off the bat at 60 miles an hour. Next pitch is a real good breaking ball that bites the outside corner. Backdoor pitch, 1-2. Evelyn, as per usual, wearing those red high socks tonight. Has some red wrist tape on his left arm as well to match with it. The 1-2 is down away with the breaking ball. Count evens up at 2-2. Braves going with those white home jerseys. And again, while they were more successful in the navy blues this year, and they did wear them a couple times here at home, have gone with the whites throughout the entirety of the postseason here at Doran Park and are undefeated so far. 2-2, swinging a hard line drive, top spinning in the right field. That's a base hit. Trickles out to the right fielder in Ross. So Bryce Evelyn continues to punish Hyannis pitching. Base hit for him, his first of the night. He's now 10 for his last 16.
I mean, he just rakes against the Harbor Hawks. That time a fastball was running down and in on his hands. He got the barrel to it, beat it to the spot, and roped it into right field for a base hit. And Bryce already has a stolen base on the night. For a guy who loves to drive runners in, and Matt Horvath, he loved to get him back on second base here in the 2nd inning.
Horvath popped out to the catcher in Ruiz in foul ground his first time up. First pitch from Driver, swinging a soft ground ball up the middle. Patelli to his left, loves it to his forehand side, and shovels to the covering second baseman Nishida. That is in time for out number 3. 6-4 fielder's choice caps the 2nd. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left on here for the Braves in the top of the 2nd. Top of the 3rd coming up, 3-0. Bravo's your score.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve. That's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
For the first time since 2019, the full Cape Cod League playoff slate is back. Last season, just 2 teams from the East and West Division respectively played in the shortened playoff format, but this year there will be a full 8-team slate. 4 teams from the East and West will get a shot at the title. The Braves have missed the postseason just once since 2007 and look to make another run back to the title game in 2022, a series they lost a season ago. It's the Cape Cod League playoffs, and they're back in full swing for the first time in 3 years.
Live baseball every night. It's another summer on Cape Cod. Another summer on Cape Cod.
3-0 Braves back at Doran Park in Bourne. The Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks here in Game 1 of a 3-game West Division Championship Series. First game will be here at Doran. Game 2 tomorrow night at McKeon Park in Hyannis. And then if necessary, Game 3 will be back here in Bourne. With Max Tanzer, I'm Calvin Cristoforo. The Braves scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning to take this 3-0 lead. Hyannis coming back for the 3rd time tonight will send up 9-1-2. Flores, Nishida, and Jeb do up against Bryce Cunningham, who looked really good with a 1-2-3 second inning.
Picked up 2 strikeouts as well, and really wasn't that bad in the first inning as well. Jackson Ross with 2 strikes, but it was a really good at-bat from Nishida in the first. Was still able to get out of trouble despite that.
The left fielder Tito Flores will lead off the Hyannis order here in the top of the 3rd. Flores with his 2 postseason at-bats, hitting for the struggling Michael Sirota. First pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Hyannis had started Sirota throughout the Katuitt series, but he was hitless 0 for 11. So Eric Beatty switching it up and going with the Michigan right-handed hitting outfielder Tito Flores in his place. The 0-1. Hit hard up the middle. That's through, a base hit. So that switch pays off immediate dividends as Flores ropes a single right back off the box. And the Harbor Hawks had the leadoff runner on here to begin the 3rd.
And that's got to feel good for Flores right there. Hasn't gotten as much playing time as of late with Sirota, who really ended the season on a high note. Was 1 for his last 14, picks up a hard knock right there. That was squared up.
So runner on, and here he is. Riku Nishida, the exciting second baseman who started off this game with a 10-pitch at-bat, won the battle, looping a single into left field. He stole second, made it to 3rd, but was stranded there when Cunningham got Earhart to ground out to a 4-6 fielder's choice. Nishida hitting for the 2nd time from the left side. Cunningham sets from the first base side of the rubber. His pitch. Fastball that gets the outside corner, strike 1. Nishida is one of the most exciting players to watch in this league. Just 5'6". But what he does in the box and in the bases is just oh so impressive. A really tough out, rarely strikes out, fouls a ton of pitches off. He squares to bunt here. The 0-1. He pulls back and takes a swave and a miss. A slider down to the dirt for strike 2.
He was showing bunt well earlier right there, even when Cunningham was leaning for the sign. Just trying to pull that infield in so he could slap a ball past either Eblin. Brito wasn't playing in because he's holding on. Flores over at first. Went after a breaking ball well down and out.
So now Cunningham ahead 0-2. Trying to keep Nishida off the bases, which every time he comes to home plate is a big victory if you send it back to the dugout. The righty's 0-2. Tap to second, playable for Shaw. He fields, goes to first, and gets Nishida by a step. The runner Flores advances from first to second, but he's now there with 1 gone in the inning.
That's the result you're looking for. Again, I thought Shaw may have had a play at second because Flores had to hold back as it was hit right at him. But again, went the safe route. He was going towards his left. The bag was closer over at first, and he just got a hustling and speedy Nishida.
And it may sound weird, but I think it was a logical decision to go to first because you'd rather have Flores on second instead of Nishida on first. That just shows you that guy's game-changing speed abilities. The batter's Mitch Jeb, the first pitch. Outside, a fastball misses, ball 1.
I mean, you know he's going to try and steal at least to get himself into second, if not third as well.
And don't even rule out home. He's still home in the Hyannis Game 1 victory of the West Division semifinal series against Katuitt. A straight steal, the first in the Cape League this summer. The 1-0 to Jeb. Peter on the outer black catches the zone for strike 1. Cunningham punched out Jeb back in the first inning. The Hyannis DH tonight finished second in batting during the regular season. A .356 hitter, just 4 points shy of Matt Shaw, who won the batting title. The 1-1. Below the zone, a fastball misses, 2-1.
It's a tough spot here for Cunningham. Jeb puts the ball in play more than anyone in this lineup. He hits it hard. Base hit likely scores Flores.
The Michigan left fielder gets his lead off a second. 3-0 Braves. 1 on, 1 out, top of the third inning. The 2-1 to Jeb. Up and away, it missed, ball 3. It's now a good hitter's count to Jeb. He's in the driver's seat, 3-1.
We'll see if Cunningham goes to that slider. It's been a really good pitch for him tonight. You know, Jeb hits the fastball really well. You're trying to force some soft contact right here, maybe go in on the hands.
Cole McConnell, who punched out back in the first, waits on deck. Cunningham sets his 3-1. Lost him a fastball outside. It's a 5-pitch walk to Mitch Jeb. And the Hawks, down by 3, have runners on first and second with just 1 gone in the top of the third.
And that's not the worst result right there. Of course, you don't want the walk, but you have McConnell come to the plate, another good hitter. But just because of Jeb's plate coverage over there, not giving him an opportunity to drive in a run, at least right there.
So Jeb's on first, Flores on second, 1 out. And here is the left-handed hitting center fielder, Cole McConnell. Cunningham's first pitch to him. Tap foul, dribbled down in front of the Hyannis dugout first base side. McConnell 5 for 17 against the Braves this summer. Was 4 for 12 with a home run and 3 RBIs. And the series win over Katuitt. That's in a big spot with his team down by 3 in the top of the third inning. Runners on first and second, just 1 out. Cunningham's pitch. Roped into right field. It's down a base hit. Hyannis will go station to station. Flores will put the brakes on at third, Jeb at second, and now McConnell at first. And the bases are loaded with just 1 out.
And that was stung. I thought Sean may have had a play at it at first. He put a good deke on right there, sprinting hard towards his left, and then made a phantom catch, knowing he wasn't going to be able to get there. That forced Flores to hold at second, not being able to score on the play, and the Braves can get out of this jam with a double play without allowing a run. You got to give some credit to Shaw right there.
He faked out the base runners like you normally see with a fly ball. Can't say I've ever seen it with a line drive, but it worked to keep the runners from scoring, or at least Flores from scoring to second. But now the bases are juiced, just 1 out, top of the third inning. 3-0 Braves here in Game 1. In the battle between Bryce Cunningham and Jackson Ross here in the third is about to start. The pitch. Front door breaking ball catches its own for strike 1.
And I really like that pitch right there. A fastball got away from him his last time up with 2 strikes, and he hit him. This time starts him with a front door breaking ball to buckle him.
Ross, a big-time power threat. He can clear the bases with 1 swing. The 0-1. Wave and a miss. He got him fishing at a slider down and away. Strike 2. Ross this summer spent the majority of it in Keene, New Hampshire with the Keene Swamp Bats. A .281 hitter for Keene this summer. Belted 8 home runs and drove in 34 runners. Has to battle behind in the count 0-2. Cunningham from the line, kicks and fires the pitch. Swing and a miss. He beat him on a fastball right at the belt. Ross couldn't catch up, and that is a colossal strikeout for Bryce Cunningham, and Ross is the second out in the third.
He just could not catch up to that heater right there. Started with the slider, slew his tempo down just a little bit, and then Cunningham said, I'm going to challenge you right here. A couple heaters, belt tie, and no response from Ross.
So now it's up to Drew Earhart to come up in a really big spot. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the third. 3-0 the Braves lead. The pitch. Broken bat number to third. Eblin bobbles it, tries to get a throw, and everyone's got to be safe. Just a broken bat number hit off the end of the bat of Earhart. Eblin bobbled it, and by the time he recovered, he spun around to try to find anywhere to throw. He had no play. All the runners are safe. 1 run is home, and the Hawks get a run back in the top of the third inning. 3-1 Braves.
This was a really quality pitch from Cunningham. That fastball has some sink on it. Got into the hands of Earhart, broke his bat. And I think the runner heading from second to third. And Jeb masked Eblin a little bit. Got in his way, and he bobbled it. Don't see that too often from the Braves third baseman.
So after the error, 1 run is in and 3 runners are on for the catcher in Pancho Ruiz. 3-1 Braves, 2 gone, top of the 3rd inning. Cunningham looking to escape further danger. The righty's first pitch. Fastball down and away. It just missed off the strike zone for ball 1. Ruiz just 1 for 13 this postseason. Grounded out to third for the first out of the second, his first at bat. The 1-0 to him. Slider down below the zone. It is 2-0.
We haven't seen Cunningham get into too many of these counts. He's been pounding the zone a lot. A couple of really close misses.
Can't fool around here to Ruiz with the bases loaded. No place to put the right-handed hitting Harbor Hawks catcher. The pitch. Down and in. It misses 3-0. Cunningham feels like he should be out of this inning, but now is falling behind Ruiz 3-0 with the bases loaded and 1 out in the top of the 3rd inning. Jeb leads off at 3rd, McConnell 2nd, Earhart 1st. Bases loaded with Harbor Hawks. Cunningham needs to pump in a strike. Out of the wind, his 3-0. Missed above the zone, ball 4, and the Hawks get another run on the board. It's an RBI walk for Pancho Ruiz, and it's 3-2.
And this has the feel of a couple of those YD starts for Cunningham at Red Wilson Field, where it's just that one inning where things got away from him, whether it's the defensive struggles behind him or struggling with his command right here. Brad Cook coming out of the mound to have a conversation with him, the Braves pitching coach, and the Braves have to get Patelli right here. You cannot allow the Harbor Hawks to break this game open.
Bases are loaded. 2 runs home for Hyannis here in the frame. The Braves came into the top of the 3rd, leading 3-0. The Hawks have scored 2. 1 in the air by the 3rd baseman Eblin that would have gotten Bourne out of the inning. The other on a 4-pitch walk to the catcher Pancho Ruiz. Bases remain full of Hawks, and here is Dominic Patelli, the shortstop, who was on base in all 5 of his at-bats in Game 3 against Katuitt yesterday. A base hit would score at least 2 and put Hyannis on top for the first time tonight. Nobody active in the Braves bullpen. This is Cunningham's inning to finish. His first pitch. Fastball just above the zone. It missed at the letters, ball 1.
Now 5 straight balls from the right-hander.
Needs to lock back in. He's 1-0. This one through the heart of the zone. It gets the plate. On the outer half, a fastball in there for strike 1. McConnell singled. He's on 3rd. Earhart reached on the air. He's on 2nd. Ruiz took ball 4. He leads off of 1st. The batter is the shortstop Patelli, the 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. Large number of Harbor Hawk fans have made the trip here west to Doran Park. And they've been fired up here in this inning. 2 runs already home. A 2-1. Swinging a ball skied foul over the concession stand down the 3rd base line. The count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And it seems when he's missing with that fastball, it's all arm side. You mentioned it has some sinking run on it. Just trying to find that outside corner right here.
Needs 1 more pitch to put away Patelli. He got him swinging on a fastball back in the 2nd. The righty's 2-2. Wave and a miss. He beat him on a slider, down and in. 4 strike 3. So Cunningham escaped the 3rd inning, allowing 2 runs, but with the Braves still ahead at 3-2.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new
3-2 here in the middle of the 3rd inning. We'll send it down to the 3rd member of our team, Ethan Frank, who's on the sidelines for us tonight. Ethan?
Thanks, Calvin. The Braves really working on their fundamentals heading into today's game against Hyannis. Obviously, you saw what happened there in the top of the 3rd inning, costing the Braves a couple of runs. But that's something really, really important when you're facing a team like Hyannis, a team that is really active on the base paths and is always going to try to take advantage of any mistake you possibly make in the field or on the mound, as we saw there in the 3rd inning. So really good job by Bryce Cunningham to be able to get out of that jam and keep this Braves lead at 3-2, because you know Hyannis is just trying to do anything they can to take advantage of any mistake the Braves might make, like the Braves did in that 3-run 1st inning as well. So taking advantage of those mistakes, the fundamentals, the fundies, as my favorite baseball analyst Keith Hernandez of the Mets likes to say, the fundies are really important, and what the Braves are working on here against the Harbor Hawks.
Well, Ethan, the Braves lost a little bit of those fundamentals in the top of the third inning. Hyannis pushed 2 runs across home plate, courtesy of the 2-out error on the Braves' third baseman Bryce Eblin. 3-2 now the score as the Braves bat in the bottom half of the third, looking for some more breathing room against Jay Driver, who's back out there for his third inning of work.
And the good news for the Braves is they still have the lead, but you cannot give this Hyannis team extra bases. They already lead the league in runs scored. You know when you get on base, they're going to run. So that E5, a tough one on Eblin. It was a tricky play with the runner running right in front of him. But then the bases loaded walk on top of that as well. Cunningham doing a good job getting out of that inning. Let's see if the Braves can get him some more breathing room back here.
What was a 3-0 Braves lead, now 3-2. As Bourne hits for the third time in the bottom of the third inning, it'll be 3-4-5, the meat of the Braves order. Shaw, Brito, and Slight. Shaw in the first broke his 0-for-17 stretch with an RBI single. Driver's first pitch. Swinging a roller foul. Back to the screen behind home plate for strike 1. Matt Shaw has loved to hit against Hyannis this summer. Hit for the cycle the last time the Braves visited McKeon Park in late July. The 0-1. Slider that Shaw couldn't keep back on. It was way outside of the zone, but the Braves' second baseman's wrist broke, and it's a strike. Now 0-2 and the Cape's leading hitter this summer.
Drivers found that slider. Has already picked up a couple Ks on it. And he's ahead big time here in front of Shaw 0-2.
Both his strikeouts in the second were on that pitch. His 0-2. Goes to the fastball and handcuffs Shaw, but he's able to get the label on the bat on it. As he squares it back to the screen, the count will remain at no balls and 2 strikes. Driver has allowed the base runner who led off the inning to reach in both the first and the second, trying to prevent doing that in the third. From the wind, his 0-2 to Shaw. Fastball outside, and Shaw couldn't hold back. He takes a half swing at it and comes up empty for strike 3, and Driver has now gotten that strikeout pitch going. 2 in the second, 1 to begin the third.
And that was a fastball that he ran just off the outer edge of the plate right there, which was just so filthy because it has that arm side run. He's been able to hit the inside corner, hitting the outside corner huge there.
His first pitch to Brito, he goes back to the slider, and it catches the outside corner, strike 1. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the third inning, 3-2 the Braves lead it in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. The 0-1. Fouled back to the screen, and quickly he now climbs ahead of Brito, 0-2. Driver working ahead with his off-speed stuff in this third inning. Punched out Brito on a fastball back in the first, his 0-2. Tries to get him again with that heater, but it's too tall above the zone, ball 1.
You gotta wonder if the shadow's now playing a role in the way that the Braves are picking it up. It did not seem like Shaw was comfortable up there.
The box where the batters sit in the shadows, the pitcher's mound in the sun, the 2-1. Off the knob of the bat, spun foul in front of the Hyannis dugout first base side. Shadows creeping onto the right side of the infield, the first baseman in Shaniel. He's covered in shadows, the rest of the infield, including the pitcher and Driver, in the sunshine. The 1-2. Slider hit off the hands, dropping fast into short right field. It's down for a base hit. Brito touches first. He's headed for second, and he's going to cruise in there with another soft hit that finds real estate in the outfield for the Braves. It's a looping double, and Bourne is a runner in scoring position with 1 gone in the home half of the third.
And after leading the team in doubles in the regular season, he has 2 this postseason, and they are not nearly the same, but they count just the same. A couple of leaders down the right field line, the Braves will take it. That on a running seeker inside to Brito. Just got his hands inside of it.
And he turned around when he got to second base and showed off some of the moves. A little suave cha-cha over there. So the Braves get their first baseman on second. 1 gone, bottom of the third for Evan Slight, the left fielder. The pitch. Fastball below the zone for ball 1. Slight hit a ground rule double down the left field line in the first inning. That scored Matt Shaw, and Slight would end up scoring on Josh Kuroda Grauer's RBI single, who came after him. part of a trio of Rutgers Scarlet Knights that bat 4, 5, 6 in the Bourne order. One of them in Brito doubled. Now it's up to Slight, the 1-0. Below the zone, 2-0. Slight, a .304 hitter in the regular season, was just 2 for 9 against Falmouth in the first round. Drivers 2-0. Wave and a miss, a weak swing and a slider crossing across home plate. Slight caught off guard with that 2-0 pitch, and now the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Wind continuing to gust here at Doran Park. Probably the hardest wind we've seen all season long. It's blowing out to left field, the 2-1. Slider that didn't curl back across home plate, it missed arm side, and now it's 3-1.
And it seemed that driver was in a groove. And then a couple of sliders now backing up on him after he made a quality pitch to Brito, who just had a little bit of a lucky base hit down the right field line. This is big for the Braves. You need to get him out of that rhythm.
And it seems like he's been a lot more effective out of the windup than the stretch tonight. Was in the wind when he punched out 2 guys to begin the second. Was the same when he struck out Shaw to begin this inning. Now out of the stretch has fallen behind Slight, 3-1. The pitch. Fouled away, popped up over the Braves dugout, third base side. Count goes full. And even the double he allowed out of the wind to Brito in this third inning was just a number off the hands that fell into no man's land behind first base. The 3-2. Grounded to third. Patelli fields, looks at third base, doesn't have a play there. Throws across the diamond and gets Slight by a step at first for the second out here in the bottom of the third inning. On the play, Brito advances 90 feet, so he'll be at third with 2 outs for Josh Corona Grauer.
And a productive out right there. You get Slight 90 feet away, and you have one of your best bat-to-ball bats coming up in JKG, who picked up another seeing eye single his last time up, just sneaking one over the glove of Earhart.
That was his 5th run driven in the postseason in just 3+ games. Driver now out of the windup, his first pitch. Fastball that clips the outside corner for strike 1. So we've talked about it, and it feels like Driver is more comfortable out of the wind. He goes there with Brito leading off at third base. He kicks and delivers his 0-1. Past the swing of Corona Grauer, a big-time fastball that JKG couldn't catch up on, and it's 0-2. Runner on third, 2 outs, 3-2 the Braves lead in the bottom of the third inning. Driver gets his sign he likes. His 0-2. He yanked a fastball, missed outside the zone, 1-2.
We'll see what he comes with right here. Showed him that outside corner, may try to sneak another heater inside with that run on it.
Driver shakes off Ruiz. Now he delivers the 1-2. Fastball again. This one gets to the backstop. Brito coming to home plate. He slides in, and he beats the throw. Nobody likes to run more than Chris Brito. Reached second on a hustle double, moved to third on a ground ball hit to the left side, and then scurries home on a wild pitch. And the Braves have put a 2-run lead back on the scoreboard. 4-2 Bourne with 2 outs in the third.
What a break. 2 strikes and 2 down on Corona Grauer. A chance for Driver to get out of it. Braves will take it.
The 2-2. Skied into shallow center field. Playable for McConnell. The Hyenas center fielder trots in and lightly makes the one-handed nonchalant catch to retire the side in the home half of the third. But not before the Braves take advantage of a weak hit and some sloppy Hyenas defense. Bourne gets another run on the board. 4-2 Braves as we move to the 4th inning on the Bourne Braves Television Network.
Scott Landers is the new man in charge in Bourne. The new Braves field manager is in his first year at the helm with the Bravos and brings with him an exciting staff that includes World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia. It's an exciting new regime of Bourne Braves baseball, and it's a team you're going to want to see for yourself. Go to bournebraves.org for the full schedule.
Tomahawk Talk is the official pregame and postgame analysis of the Bourne Braves. Hosted by the Bravos broadcast team, Tomahawk Talk provides pregame insights on game day on what Braves fans can expect to see that night. And after the game, the crew breaks down the matchup that was and looks ahead to what to expect tomorrow. It's Tomahawk Talk, and you can find it on game days on the Braves YouTube site, as well as at Born Braves on Twitter.
This is Braves first baseman Chris Brito, Rutgers University, and this is Born Baseball.
Four to 2, Braves lead it, top half of the fourth inning here at Doran Park in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series between the Born Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The Braves scored 3 in the top of the first inning. Hyannis countered with 2 in the top of the third. Last time the Braves were at the plate in the bottom of the third, they got 1. Thanks to a Chris Brito double, he advanced to third on a ground ball and then scored on a Jay Driver wild pitch. Hyannis back down by 2 runs. Hits here to begin the fourth. 8-9-1 for the Hawks. Shaniel, Flores, and Nishida due up against Bryce Cunningham out for his third inning of work. The righty from the line, his first pitch. Fastball away. It misses to Shaniel for ball 1. Shaniel, one of the reasons Hyannis got to this West Division Championship Series. The 1-0 to him. Fastball catches the zone. A strike on the outer black for strike 1. In the series against Katuitt, the Hyannis first baseman, 4 for 9, 2 homers, 5 runs driven in. The 1-1. Fouled away. To the left side, now 1-2. Here on the Hyannis first baseman. Cunningham punched out Shaniel on a fastball outside, caught him looking back in the second. His 1-2 this time. Fastball too tall. Shaniel lays off 2-2. Wind continuing to blow with a rapid pace here at Doran Park out to left field. Strongest wind we've seen at the yard all season. Cunningham's 2-2. Into the hands, foul tipped into the mitt and hung on by Espinal. Strike 3. A devastating front door slider that Shaniel could only get a piece of, and the Braves backstop made the stick the first out to begin the top of the fourth. So 1 out, bases empty. 4-2, Braves lead in the top of the fourth inning. The left fielder in Tito Flores, who roped a single into center field to begin the 2-run rally for Hyannis in the third. First pitch this time around. Below the zone, a slider that stayed inside, ball 1. Flores starting tonight in the place of the struggling Michael Sirota. The outfielder played the first couple of games against Katuitt, the 1-0. In there for a strike, Sirota that is. But was 0 for 11 in the series against the Kettleers. So manager Eric Beattie going with Flores tonight. He's already paid dividends, 1-1. Pitch. Slider down and away. Now 2-1 here on the Michigan outfielder. Action just starting to start in the Braves bullpen down the left field line. A right-hander getting loose down there. The 2-1. Cunningham yanked a fastball, missed outside. Now 3-1. Looks like Sean Culkin, the right-hander, getting loose for Bourne. Late addition to the Braves roster, he's pitched once. And Cunningham, after that pitch, seemed to be in a little bit of discomfort. He yanked it arm side. So Scott Landers, the Braves manager, called time to have a meeting with the entire infield to see if Cunningham's okay. Seemed to like he was going through a little bit of discomfort. And now he's fixing the dirt where he plants. And Eblin in there on the conversation. So is the rest of the Braves infield. The catcher Espinal goes back behind toe plate, and Cunningham's going to toss a couple of wind-up, warm-up pitches. First one up and out of the zone. Still trying to work through a couple of things. And it looks like he's going to be okay to stay in this ball game. Gives a thumbs up to the Braves catcher and the umpire. Scott Landers trots back to the dugout. The Braves infield take their positions. As Bourne leads it 4-2, top of the fourth inning. And game one of the West Division Finals against the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. One out, nobody on. The batter is Tito Flores in Cunningham's 3-1. Swung on and missed for strike two, and it looks like Cunningham's A-OK after that little bit of discomfort he was in after his 2-1 pitch. Count now full on Flores, with Riku Nishida waiting on deck. Bryce kicks and fires his 3-2. Fouled back to the screen. Flores just got a piece of that one. And the count remains full here at 3-2. Cunningham back to work. His payoff pitch. Rope to third, but there is Eblin. He drops to an E and catches it right before it hits the dirt. The Braves third baseman making the hot corner look easy for the second out here in the fourth.
Second baseman, number 3 out of Mountain Hood Community College, Riku Nishida.
So now 2 outs here in the top of the fourth inning. Base is empty. Back to the top of the Hyannis order for Riku Nishida for his third at-bat. The pitch. Fastball gets the outside corner, strike one. Nishida was in a 10-pitch battle to lead off this game. Beat Cunningham, looping a single into left field. His last time around, chopped out to the second baseman Shaw. The 0-1. Slider through the back door. It catches the plate. Now 0-2. Cunningham pitched to a 1-2-3 second. Ran into some trouble, allowed 2 runs in the third. But looking for another 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. Nishida crouches all the way down. Now pops up. The 0-2. Slapped, but there is John Peck, the shortstop, who with a leap snatches it out of the air to prevent another Riku Nishida base hit to the opposite field. Cunningham battles through the pain and pitches to a 1-2-3 fourth. The Braves lead at 4-2 as we're through 3.5 here at Doran Park.
As owners of the Boston Red Sox, the Yankees.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
This is Bourne Braves pitcher Cade Boxrucker, Campbell University, and this is Bourne Braves baseball.
4-2, the Braves lead. Home half of the fourth inning, back at Doran Park in Bourne with Max Tanzer. I'm Calvin Cristoforo. And how about this? Jay Driver back out there for his fourth inning of work against the Braves offense that has had a lot of success against him, not only tonight, but throughout the entire regular season.
Absolutely. He's been shut down through these first 2 innings, or the latter 2 innings, I should say. Got a tough break with the ball to the backstop and the bloop double from Brito, but besides that, it's been lights out.
He'll get the bottom third of the Braves order here in the fourth. Enos, Peck, and Espinal due up. A trio of right-handers against a guy in Driver who is a really difficult at-bat from the righty box. First pitch. Fastball stung down to third. Knocked down by Earhart. He comes to his feet and throws across the diamond to get out Enos by 2 steps. That was a line drive stung by the Braves right fielder. Earhart, the third baseman, dropped to his knee.
16, out of Pepperdine, Don.
Had a chance to catch it in the air, instead just knocked it down with the glove, came to his feet, scooped it up, and threw out Enos. 1 pitch, 1 gone, here to begin the home half of the fourth.
And he was playing in front of the back to protect the bunt, so caught him in between a little bit as it was top spinning down towards his shoe tops, just smothered it. Stuck with it for a good play.
Now here's John Peck. First pitch to him, a slider in there across the plate, strike 1. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the fourth, 4-2, the Braves lead it. Bourne scoring 3 runs in the first, 1 in the third, the 0-1. Shot foul, back to the backstop. Quickly now 0-2 in the Braves shortstop.
Now about 65 pitches, 40 of them for strikes for Driver. He's been filling up the zone a ton. Just 1 walk so far. And again, it's been a lot of soft contact as of late. It's just caught some tough breaks.
He punched out Peck back in the second with a slider down and away. Let's see what he comes with in this 0-2. The pitch. Fastball up tall, and Peck laid off of it for ball 1. Middle infield with their heels in the grass, outfield straight up against Peck. Drivers 1-2. Fastball outside corner, caught him looking at strike 3. From that wacky 3/4 arm angle, that pitch on the outer black is basically unhittable. The catcher Ruiz stuck it. Driver put it right where it needed to be, and it froze the Braves shortstop. 2 are retired here to begin the bottom half of the fourth.
And that pitch is so deadly, too, because that slider, he's been running the opposite direction all night.
Now here's Alan Espinal, who watches a first pitch fastball missed down at the ankles for ball 1.
We saw Shaw come to the plate and take a swing at a pitch that was well out towards the left-hander's batter's box, and he followed it with that fastball outside on the edge.
The 1-0. Hit high to center field. Fairly deep, but playable for McConnell. Ranges back and makes the one-handed catch in front of his bright orange hat to set the Braves down in order here in the fourth. So Bourne goes quietly in their half of the fourth inning. Braves still lead at 4-2 as we head for the fifth here at Doran Park.
Not being able to make it to Doran Park is no excuse to miss the Braves in action. You can watch every Bravos home game live on the Bourne Braves television network. From stellar pitching performances, dazzling defensive plays, and big-time power displays, you can catch it all from the comfort of your home. It's your favorite Cape League team live on your screen. Just head to the Bourne Braves YouTube and join the fun.
You can catch the Bourne Braves all summer long at Doran Park. With more than 20 home games this season, Braves baseball is just a short drive away, whether you're on or off the Cape. With free admission to every Cape Cod League game, nights at Doran Park provide family fun for everyone. First pitch for all Braves home games is at 6, and you can check out the Bravos' full schedule over at our website, bournebraves.org.
Let's take you back out to the ball game. It's time for more Bourne Braves baseball.
College, the 99 restaurants.
Top half of the fifth inning, 4-2. Bourne, your score here in Game 1 of the Western Division Final between the Bourne Braves and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. I'm Max Stanford alongside Calvin Cristoforo. Bryce Cunningham, after looking to be shaken up just a little bit, was able to get through a 1-2-3 inning and is now back out for the fifth.
And he's been good. Battled through some discomfort a little bit in the fourth inning. Had to step aside, take some warm-up tosses, but came back strong and got Flores and Nishida out to end the frame. He'll have to go through the meat of the Harbor Hawks order here, 2, 3, and 4. But if you're able to get 5 out of Cunningham, what a victory that is in Game 1 of this season, protecting your bullpen a little bit, especially after the starter, Will Sandy, was only able to go 2 1/3 in the Braves win last night.
Absolutely. It was Sandy for just 2+, Ty Cummings for an inning or so. Kate Grundy ate up a lot of those frames. He was really good through 4. Kept the Braves in that one, hung on to that 2-run lead. And then Nolan Sparks out of Rochester was sparking up with his heater yesterday. It was just tremendous. Blew a fastball by Andrew Pinkney to get out of a big jam with the tying run at the plate. And then closed out the side with a 1-2-3 ninth to send the Braves here to the Western Division Final for the second time in as many seasons. Meanwhile, for these Harbor Hawks, first postseason appearance since 2018. First time they've been in this Western Final since 2015. They would be swept by YD in the next round as the next pitch is swung on and tapped for the first pitch. It's out of play. 0-1 the count here on Mitch Jebb. Jebb 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the first and walked back in the third inning. He's looking to kick things off here for the Harbor Hawks, who got something going against Cunningham in the top half of the third, pushed across 2 thanks to an E5 from Eblin that pushed across a run, and a bases-loaded walk from Cunningham to Pancho Ruiz. 0-1. Down in the dirt with the breaking ball. Count evens up a 1-1 strike.
And overall, he's done a really good job keeping Nishida and Jebb off the bases. Nishida has been on once, Jebb's been on once. But to lead off here the 5th inning, to keep Mitch Jebb off first base is a paramount task for Cunningham.
1-1. A strike, middle through the plate. A heater that time. 1-2 strikes. The tandem of Nishida and Jebb, 1 for 4 so far this evening. Jebb looking to extend his hitting streak to double digits with 10. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a foul straight back. He stays alive. Count holds at 1-2. And when the Harbor Hawks came here last Monday, Jebb was seeing it better than anyone, not just in the Cape Cod League, but maybe Massachusetts as well. He had been putting up tremendous numbers, hitting towards a 600 clip in his last 20 at-bats or so.
How do you size all of Massachusetts?
I mean, I don't have the numbers on anyone else, but I don't think anyone's come close to the margins he's put up. So the 1-2 is swung on and smoked in the air, right center field. Horvath on his horse towards his left will reach up in the alley to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down. Jebb stung it.
Center fielder, number
but nonetheless, that's now 5 in a row retired for
McConnell.
Bryce Cunningham. So that sends up Cole McConnell at the plate. McConnell 1 for 2, struck out swinging in the first, singled back in the third inning as well. And the Harbor Hawks just trying to get something going. Again, their strength, picking up base hits, playing some small ball, and putting pressure onto the defense. They got the opportunity to do that in the third, but really haven't had any other opportunities. First pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. 0-1 the count. It'll be McConnell, then Jackson Ross. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Cunningham shakes off once, now nods. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Down to the dirt, gets past the catcher, and Espinal goes to the backstop. Count evens up at 1-1 strike here. For Cunningham, as we mentioned, it was a relief outing against Chatham back in his last appearance. That was a couple Fridays ago where he went 2 2/3 and closed out the 1-1 tie. 1-1 the count here with 1 down. Braves up by 2. Cunningham fires the pitch. Up and away with a heater. 2-1 the count. He has had 1 start against these Harbor Hawks this season. That was 6 innings of no-run baseball back on June 28th, allowing just 2 hits, 1 walk. And that's at the tone for him here at home, where he's just been tremendous at Doran. 2-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And neither of his runs tonight have been earned. With that 2-out error by Bryce Eblin to extend the 3rd inning.
So he continues to twirl it well here in Bourne. At home, a 3.45 ERA coming into tonight's contest compared to a 6.3 clip on the road. A couple of those outliers at Red Wilson Field against the Whitey Red Sox, who have had his number. 2-2. Check swing, and it gets away from the third baseman Espinal. Appeal down to third base, says that McConnell did not go around. Count runs full at 3-2, and make that the catcher in Espinal, who tried to backhand that one, stabbed it, rolled off his glove, and McConnell did not commit himself, so if it was called strike 3, Espinal would have promptly been able to apply the tag. Nonetheless, 3-2 here with 1 down. Cunningham from the wind, his payoff pitch. Swinging a hard, top-spinning ground ball down the first base side and foul. Count stays full here. Cunningham was an all-star this season. Pitched 1 inning in that game against the East, allowed a run. It was unearned. No walks and 1 strikeout. and since then has only thrown 2 2/3 of innings work. Again, it's been a long layoff for the right-hander. We mentioned it earlier a couple of times, but 18 days since his last start, and he looks very rested here tonight. And after a day where the Braves starter went just 2 innings yesterday, they needed it. 3-2, swinging a pop-up foul third base side. Count stays full at 3-2. For Cunningham so far, 60 strikes to 28 balls. So this next pitch will be his 89th of the night. Looking to get through a complete 5. His season high in innings pitched is 6. He's done so twice. Here's his 3-2 to McConnell again. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball at the top of the zone. Make it number 8 on the night for Bryce Cunningham. That's a new season high for him. Passes 7, which he twirled together against Wareham on the 4th of July. 2 up, 2 down here in the 5th. 6 in a row retired, as that sends up Jackson Ross.
And 6 of his 8 strikeouts tonight have been on the heater. That was the second time he beat McConnell with a fastball. So his best pitch, the fastball, has been his go-to out pitch. Base is empty now with 2 gone.
Here's Jackson Ross. He's 0 for 1, was hit by a pitch with 2 strikes and struck out swinging back in the 4th. First pitch is a fastball up and in, buzzes the towers of Ross. 1-0 the count. Cunningham working at a quick pace now, set from the first base side of the hill. Twirls and tosses the 1-0. Down away with breaking ball in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Alan Espinal scooped it and then promptly tried to frame that pitch. He stuck it after he picked it off the dirt.
It did not fool the home plate umpire, Mike Hinojosa, who's calling balls and strikes tonight. And so now it's a hitter's count here to Ross, who has a ton of pop. Still looking for his first home run here in the Cape, but left the yard 8 times in the NECBL this summer. 2-0. Swinging a high pop at first base side. Chris Brito trailing towards the track in the fence near the stands. Reaches up, can't make the catch. It's out of play, and he now tumbles over the wall. Gotta hope he's okay. He climbs back up onto 2 feet, and his second baseman, Matt Shaw, will help him get back into play right here. Again, Brito leapt up at the very last second, ranging towards his left, hanging over the yellow guard on the top of the railing in foul ground. And once it was about 2 or 3 feet out of his reach, flipped over. Looks like he's okay as he walks back to his position.
And the Braves faithful love the effort. Tried to make an acrobatic catch over there. Plenty of room down that first base line. Just a couple of feet out of range. So it's a strike and a foul ball. Here for Jackson Ross, who sort of gets a second life, although the ball wasn't even hit in play.
Infield playing him just about straight up. The second baseman Shaw, a couple steps up the middle here. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball, misses inside ball 3. 3-1 the count. Drew Earhart on deck, then Pancho Ruiz here. And again, Hyannis, well, very quiet over the last inning and a half or so. Just a bloop and a blast away from tying this game up. 3-1 pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner. Count runs full. Ross had taken just about 4 or 5 steps up that first base line, tossed the back towards the first base dugout. He'll have to rewind and head back to that right-hander's batter's box.
Never a good thing when that happens. That was a fastball on the outer black, and Ross confidently thought that 50-50 pitch is going to be called a ball. He flipped the coin wrong, and now he has to climb back in and see a 3-2 offering.
Here's the payoff pitch. This one misses inside for ball 4, a fastball again. So a walk to Ross that breaks the string of 6 batters in a row retired by Cunningham. That's the second free pass he's allowed tonight as well. And it looks like his night may be done. Scott Landers heads out from the third base dugout, points his finger towards the bullpen down the left field line. He's going for the submariner in John Colkin to face the powerful right-handed bat of Drew Earhart, who represents the tying run. We'll tell you all you need to know about Colkin when we return. Braves lead at 4-2 here in the top of the 5th, but the Harbor Hawks sending the tie man to the plate when we return.
The Born Braves organization is looking for families willing to host 1 or 2 players for the Cape League season. It generally runs from the first week in June to early August, and the bond between many host families and their players extend beyond the summer and form lifelong friendships. If you're interested in learning more about this opportunity, visit bornbraves.org.
Braves fans living on the Cape, far from Doran Park, too far of a drive to make the trip west on any given night? Well, don't worry, because the Braves are coming to you. The Bravos' full slate of games includes trips to all East destinations, including Orleans, Chatham, Brewster, Harwich, and Yarmouth, as well as West Division road trips to Cotuit, Hyannis, down south to Falmouth, and off Cape to Wareham. So wherever you are located on Cape Cod, the Braves will be in your area and are a can't-miss family fun activity. To see the Bravos' full schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org, and come join the fun.
BornBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BornBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? Too worn out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Braves pitcher Bryce Cunningham from Vanderbilt, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to Doran Park. Top half of the fifth inning, 4-2 Braves your score, but here come the Harbor Hawks. They're going to bring the tying run to the plate, and Drew Earhart is the night is now done for Bryce Cunningham, new right-hander in the game for Bourne, Sean Colkin.
Yeah, and Cunningham was really sharp tonight. 4 2/3 innings of work, was forced to throw a lot of pitches because Hyannis went really deep in counts. He's responsible for the runner on first base, but he cannot lose this ball game. Colkin, the sidewinding right-hander, a really impressive debut Wednesday in Cotuit.
We'll try to get in on the hands of Earhart right here. First pitch is a fastball up and in. 1-0. Earhart came to the plate with the bases loaded back in the third and 2 down. And Cunningham broke his bat with a sinker down and in, but Evelyn could not field it cleanly, which allowed that inning to continue and a run to score. 1-0. Swing and a pop behind home plate. Espinal will give it a look, but it'll fly out of play. 1-1. Colkin's one outing was against the Kettleers back on Wednesday in game number 44. When inning in 2/3, no runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. And he throws from a 3/4 sidearm arm slot, almost stepping across his body as well. So 1, it's tough to pick up, but 2, that slider runs dramatically one way, the sinker the other. In the case of the right-hander Earhart, will run inside to him with that fastball. Ross over at first, the 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just 2 walks tonight for Cunningham. And I say just because this is a Harbor Hawks team that loves to take the free pass. In the regular season, led the league in that category with 184. Colkin not having to worry about that right now, ahead 1-2. Here's his pitch. Misses outside with the breaking ball. County what's up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a couple of new names paying major dividends for Scott Landers out of the pen as of late. Nolan Sparks yesterday, who closed out the game, just joined the club a week ago, and Sean Colkin in the same category, pitching in a high-leverage spot tonight. 2-2. Swing at a soft looper, shallow center field. Horvath racing in. This one's going to dunk in for a base hit. Getting into second base, standing up is Jackson Ross. And Drew Earhart got a slider running away and just stuck the end of the bat out there and tumbled it into center for a knock.
He didn't get much of it. Just got the end of the barrel on it. Softly deposited it into center field. No chance for Horvath to get that, even with his dead sprint coming in. Still going to be encouraged, though, by the soft contact as Colkin needs just 1 out to get out of this 5th inning.
So the big spot continues to find Pancho Ruiz. Came up with the bases packed in the 3rd. Picked up an RBI with a bases-loaded walk. Ross at second, Earhart at first. Earhart the tying run, Ruiz the go-ahead run at the plate. Righty on right, Colkin from the stretch. His first pitch. Fastball pumps across the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Ruiz now 1 for 11 in the postseason. Hit just a .191 in the regular season. But here in the playoffs, you wipe that away. Just looking to come up with a big knock for his club right here. 0-1. Swinging a little blooper, shallow right field. Coming in is Enos towards his left. Lays out. He can't get it. Rolls past him and towards his left. Come around is Earhart. Getting the wave around third is Ross. Here's the relay to the plate from Brito. Tag applied. He got him. 1 run comes around to score on the play, but the Braves cut down Ross, who would have tied it up. Enos tried to lay out for it in right, glanced off his glove, rolled behind him, but the relay to the plate was immaculate to retire the side. 4-3 your score as we cap the top of the 5th in a big way. Let's send things down to Ethan Frank, who's going to give some updates from around the league. Ethan?
Thanks, Max. A lot going on around the league. I mean, that hit just really spoiled my whole bit here. I was going to say the Braves are doubling up the Harbor Hawks like the Whitecaps did to the Red Sox, but unfortunately, Bourne now only up 4-3 right now. So you look at what happened at Stony Brook Field. Brewster hits multiple more home runs. I mean, this is just a team barreling the baseball right now in a 6-3 win over YD. Brewster has now won 8 straight playoff games as a team dating back to 2017 when they won the championship, and obviously winning the championship over the Bourne Braves last year. So this is just a team that knows how to play postseason baseball on an absolute roll offensively right now, and they're beating everyone in their path, getting hot at the absolute perfect time. The Whitecaps up 1-0 in the East Division Championship Series after a 6-3 win over Brewster. Game 2 is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. That game might be over before we even get started at McGeehan Park for Game 2 of this series between Bourne and Hyannis. So Brewster once again asserting its playoff dominance over the East right now, taking down YD 6-3. A YD team that's bats had really been hot in its series against Orleans, scoring double-digit runs one game, getting up to near 10 the next, but calming down at Stony Brook Field, the Whitecaps putting the brakes on the Red Sox. So that's all that's going on. No other games. We'll see what happens the rest of the way, but we might have a team already punch their ticket to the championship if Brewster wins tomorrow when these two teams get going out in Hyannis. So there might be a team waiting out east. It might be scary for whichever one of these teams advances to the West, guys.
Thank you, Ethan. A big one over there in Brewster. The Whitecaps trying to take care of business, or the Braves, for what would be a rematch of the Cape Cod League final last year. Of course, the Whitecaps winning that one over Bourne. Nonetheless, Braves got to focus on this ball game now. The Harbor Hawks continue to tighten the distance between them and the Braves. Now 4-3 on the RBI single to right to the bat of Drew Earhart. The Braves were able to cut down Ross at the plate. It would have been the tying run. Here's Bryce Evan to lead things off here against Jay Driver, out for his 5th inning of work. First pitch, just a little bit outside and low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes.
I think it's a gutsy decision to put out Driver here for the 5th, especially facing the top of the Braves order for the 3rd time.
Driver with 71 pitches now. Here's his 1-0. Up and away, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Just about 50 strikes to 20 balls in that span. So he's been really efficient attacking the zone. Just 1 walk so far. That was Evelyn to open up the bottom of the 1st. He would come around to score. 2-0 is tapped on the ground to second. Nishida charges, picks it up towards his heels, and will toss over to first cleanly for out number 1. So Evelyn retired for the first time tonight. Seems like the Harbor Hawks have not been able to get him out all season long. Driver gets him rolled over, 1 away.
And even though he rolled over, he still hit that relatively hard to Nishida, who struggles to play defense. Riku Nishida, as flashy he is on offense, 3rd in the league in errors this year with 8 at second base.
Here's Matt Corvath with 1 down. First pitch is that slider that misses down low. 1-0 the count. Driver, a product of Harvard, fires the 1-0. Found straight back. Count evens up at 1. It seems like every other night the Braves have had to face a pitcher out of Harvard this season. White Hensler no longer with the club. At one point was the only Ivy League member on the team. But Nadir Lewis taking that spot out of Princeton. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses down low. 2-1 the count. Lewis is yet to get an AB here in the postseason. We'll see if he gets an opportunity to play here in this series. Driver with his jersey tugging in the wind comes set. Here's his 2-1. Swinging a pop-up, first base side. Shanuel, the first baseman, ranging into foul ground. Right next to the first base line will make the catch. Right above his left shoulder, 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down for Driver.
Baseman, number 24, out of Maryland, Matt
He's now
Shaw.
retired 7 Braves in a row as that sends up Matt Shaw to the dish. Driver's season high for innings of work was 5 1/3. That was in his last start against the Harwich Mariners back on August 1st. Allowed 5 runs in that one. That was just because Eric Beattie stretched him into the 6th, allowed 3 in that frame. First pitch to Shaw is a wipeout slider, a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So if Driver can retire, Shaw here would make it through 5 innings in his last 3 starts. 0-1. Another good breaking ball placed perfectly on the outer edge, knee high. Shaw quickly behind at 0-2.
This is really similar to what the matchup looked like between Shaw and Driver in the third. A couple of sliders to climb ahead, and then he punched him out with a fastball upstairs.
Here's the 0-2. There is that fastball, and there it is on the outside corner for strike 3. Shaw has no answer as he looks at 3 pitches, all of them for strikes. His Driver sets down the side in order, 1, 2, 3. We got a ball game here at Doran Park here in Game 1 of the Western Final. Top of the 6th coming up, 4-3 Braves, your score.
"2021 was a historic season for the Bourne Braves. The Bravos captured the President's Trophy, given to the team with the best regular season record, and rode early success to the West Division title in a trip to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. Now in 2022, the Braves are back and look to replicate the success from a season ago without many of the faces that got them there. It's a whole new season of Bourne Braves baseball. Check out the full schedule on bournebraves.org and come join the party at Doran Park.
The Bourne Braves have enjoyed a long history of offering internships to college students who have worked in a myriad of capacities and performed any number of duties for the organization. Interns support everything from public relations, fundraising and concessions, to field maintenance, internet broadcasting, and baseball operations. The Braves will begin accepting applications for the 2023 season in September. Those interested should visit bournebraves.org.
This is Braves outfielder Evan Slight from Rutgers University. This is Bourne Baseball.
Top half of the 6th inning, 4-3 Bourne your score, as we play in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Western Division Final. Here between the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, the 3 seed, and the Bourne Braves, the 1 seed. It's been a good one so far here tonight. Braves clinging on to a 1-run lead, but the Harbor Hawks gave the Bravos a run for their money to end that top of the 5th inning. After Drew Earhart was at the plate, singled to shallow right, it got past the diving glove of the right fielder Enos. Allowed Ross to score, and then Earhart make that Ross was thrown at the plate to end the inning. Here's Pitelli. First pitch is a fastball at the top of the zone for strike 1. 0-1. Pitelli 0 for 2 tonight, has struck out twice. Looking to put the ball in play for the first time. Getting to face Colkin for the first time this evening as well. Next pitch is a fastball that runs down and away. Count evens up at 1-1. For Colkin, a product of James Madison, 32 2/3 of an innings work this spring. 4.96 ERA in that span. 1-1. Swinging a bounding ball to first. Brito plays it on a few hops and will take it to the first base bag unassisted for out number 1. So 1 up, 1 down for Colkin after he gave up back-to-back base hits to enter the ball game in the 5th.
First baseman, number 12.
That'll send up Nolan Shanuel to the plate. Colkin spent the majority of his summer in the Valley Baseball League playing for Harrisonburg. And with the Turks, a 3.45 ERA clip and 31 1/3 of an innings work. 20 strikeouts to 13 walks in that span. Closed out 11 ball games as well, picking up 2 saves. Here's his first pitch. Fastball at the top of the zone for a strike to Shanuel. 0-1. So Patelli had struck out twice against Cunningham, put the ball in play against Colkin. Shanuel looking for at least a similar fate here after striking out twice in his first 2 plate appearances. Next pitch is a fastball down, away ball 1. Count evens up. Shanuel now 1 for 13 this summer at Doran Park and has struck out 5 times. 1-1. Down and in, rolls to the backstop. 2-1 the count. Hit 200 on the dot this season, a homer, 11 RBIs. But has heated up here in the postseason now, 4 for 11 with 2 home runs. He was 2 for 3 yesterday with a run scored as well against those Katuitt Kettleers. one of those hits, a 3-run shot. Colquitt from the stretch, the 2-1. Swinging a top-spinning ground ball to first. Brito plays another long hop and will sprint over to the bag. Takes it there unassisted for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down, 2 balls to Brito. Here to open up this top of the 6th inning. That's up the 9-hole hitter and Tito Flores to the plate. He stung the ball a couple of times. Singled on a hard ground ball up the middle to open up the 3rd inning, in which he would come around to score on the E5 from Eblin, and then lined out hard to the 3rd baseman Eblin, back for the 2nd out in the 4th inning. 4-3 Braves your score here. A little bit of a quicker pace than yesterday's ball game against the Commodores. That one lasted 3 hours and 35 minutes. Took 2 hours to get through 4. First pitch to Flores is a fastball inside. He's jackknifes out of the way. 1-0 count. Currently 7:50 local time here in Bourne as we sit in the top of the 6th. Infield plays, Flores straight up here. Outfield as well. Wind continues to gently blow out towards left center. 1-0 from Colquitt. Slow breaking ball floats over the heart of the plate. Count evens up at 1. Sun continues to set here. A lot of clouds, so the sun not shining as we speak. Navy blue skies fading into the twilight here as a couple of clouds hover above the trees beyond the center field wall here at Doran. 1-1, slow breaking ball again. The home plate umpire, Hina Joseph, says that Flores went around. Colquitt quickly ahead here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Decent crowd on hand tonight here for game 1 of this series. They've been loud as well. A lot of Harbor Hawks fans in attendance down the first base side of the new seating here at Doran Park on top of that. Here's Colquitt's 1-2. Fastball on the outside corner. He rings him up for strike 3. Sean Colquitt faces the minimum here in the top of the 6th. Sets down Pitelli, Shanuel, and Flores in order. That shoots us to the bottom half of the 6th. And the Braves, they could use some insurance. They're going to send up Brito, Slight, and Kuroda Grauer 4, 5, and 6 when we return. They lead it 4-3.
Can first pitch not come soon enough? Well, don't worry. Before the Bravos has you covered. Starting 15 minutes before first pitch at home or on the road, Before the Bravos has the pregame insight and analysis you need to get game ready. From exclusive interviews, a first look at the opposition, lineup breakdowns, and so much more, Before the Bravos is the best place to start your evening of baseball. Before the Bravos, 15 minutes before first pitch, every game day, live on the Bourne Braves YouTube stream.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they are investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless service beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/acrossamerica to find out more.
Time to go back to the park. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Number 28, out of Rutgers.
Last of the sixth here at Doran Park in Game 1 of this best-of-3 Western Division Final. The Harbor Hawks and the Braves, two of the best here on the Cape this summer, taking each other on. One will go home, one will advance to the Cape Cod League Final to play either the Brewster Whitecaps or the Windy Red Sox. 4-3 Bravos your score. Here's Chris Brito to lead things off. First pitch from Jay Driver is a breaking ball that runs inside. 1-0, and this is a really interesting development for Eric Beatty's ball club here. Driver trying to get through a complete 6. He winds and fires the 1-0. Breaking ball curls across the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Driver in his last start against Harwich went 5 1/3. Had allowed just 2 runs through his first 5 frames. So the 1-1's on its way. Another breaking ball misses inside. That one backed up a little bit. 2-1 here on Brito. He allowed 2 runs through 5 and ended up allowing 5 in total through 5 1/3 as he allowed 3 in that 6th. 2-1 is swung on and fouled off the mask of the catcher Ruiz. Ricochets back to the home plate umpire Hinojosa, who quickly ducks out of the way. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So after Driver did not execute in his 6th inning of work back on August 1st, Eric Beatty giving him another chance, trailing just by 1 run here. Driver has been in a groove as of late. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball. Wow, what a pitch. Snaps over the inside corner for strike 3. Brito has a couple of words for the home plate umpire, Hinojosa, but that one had to have started a couple inches behind Brito's backside and just glided across the inner black. So a strikeout to Brito, the second time he's punched out against Driver tonight. In total, that's Driver's 7th K. One away from matching his total back against Harwich in his previous outing. Here's Evan Slight. First pitch is a fastball that runs outside for ball 1. 1-0. Driver's season high came in the outing before his Harwich start. Went 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits against Falmouth. Struck out 11 hitters. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a line drive, foul off to the left side and out of play. Count evens up at 1-1. And really, if you take out that 6th inning that we alluded to against Harwich last week, he's only allowed 4 earned runs in his last 13 innings pitched entering this evening. That's a 2.77 ERA, so he's been really sharp. 1-1. Breaking ball, glides across the outside corner, strike 2. That pitch is really working tonight. 1-2. So far, Driver, 87 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. He's been really efficient this evening. Slight behind 1-2. He digs back into the left-hander's batter's box. 1-2. Misses down low. Kind of it's up at 2-2. Braves up by 1. They lead at 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the third. Shortstop Patelli ranging up the middle for the left-hander in Slight. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, got him swinging. How about number 8 on the night for Jay Driver, as he has just been dominating over the last 4 or 5 innings. 3 consecutive punch-outs for the right-hander.
Designated hitter, number 18.
2 up, 2 down here in the 6th.
Kuroda-Grauer.
So that sends up Josh Kuroda-Grauer, the DH tonight. Just looking to put the ball in play against Driver, which is something that he excels at. He's picked up 6 hits now in just 4 games as a Brave. First pitch is a fastball taken down away for ball 1, 1-0. He had a high-bounding chopper over the head of the third baseman Earhart, who leapt high towards the sky. And that drove in the 3rd run of the inning for the Braves. 1-0, swing and a miss. Count evens up at 1. That came back in the 1st, and now with the Braves just leading by 1 here in the 6th, that run mighty important, driven in by JKG. Driver from the line, here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, another massive hack at a fastball center cut. Driver ahead 1-2. You can hear the Hyannis fans on the first base side standing behind their right-hander, who has kept the Harbor Hawks in this game tonight. They begin to clap their hands. Here's his 1-2. Fastball just misses a smidge outside. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Enos on deck if the inning can extend here. Braves looking for some insurance. 2-2. Swing and a cue shot foul. Trickles up the first base line. That a slider that Kuroda-Grauer just got a piece of. Count stays even. What's impressed me the most about JKG is just his ability to put the ball in play. Very similar to Ryan Enos. And it's created a ton of opportunities here for the Braves over the last week. 2-2. Swing and another foul straight back. Kuroda-Grauer will never go down without a fight. That a front door breaking ball. He was a little bit out in front and took a huge rip at it, but was just able to get a piece to foul to the backstop. Driver working at an ultra-rapid pace here, swaying back and forth on the first base side of the rubber. Nods his head emphatically. The 2-2 again. Swing and a tapper foul towards the third base dugout. Count stays at 2-2. Went in with the sinker inside underneath the hands of Kuroda-Grauer, who just got a piece. Sawed him off, but he stays alive. Driver trying to send this one to the top of the 7th with a 1-run deficit. Here's his 2-2 again. Swinging another chopper foul, this time over the third base dugout. Deuces continue to run wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 down. Driver threw 5 2/3 of an inning's work tonight. He's already passed his season high of 5 1/3. The cherry on top would be 6. Infield plays JKG straight up here. The 2-2 one more time. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Jay Driver fired up as he races off the mound, sprinting back to that first base dugout. He has struck out 9 batters through 6 innings of work. Fantastic stuff from the right-hander out of Harvard. He has kept his Harbor Hawks in this game. He strikes out the side as that sends us to the top of the 7th. Braves lead it 4-3.
Scott Landers is the new man in charge in Bourne. The new Braves field manager is in his first year at the helm with the Bravos and brings with him an exciting staff that includes World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia. It's an exciting new regime of Bourne Braves baseball, and it's a team you're going to want to see for yourself. Go to bournebraves.org for the full schedule.
Tomahawk Talk is the official pregame and postgame analysis of the Bourne Braves. Hosted by the Bravos broadcast team, Tomahawk Talk provides pregame insights on game day on what Braves fans can expect to see that night. And after the game, the crew breaks down the matchup that was and looks ahead to what to expect tomorrow. It's Tomahawk Talk, and you can find it on game days on the Braves YouTube site, as well as at Bourne Braves on Twitter.
Hey, this is Ty Cummings, Braves pitcher from Campbell University, and this is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to Doran Park, top of the 7th inning here in Game 1 of the Western Final. 4-3 Braves your score, and the story tonight, at least the last couple innings, has been Jay Driver. I'm Max Sanders alongside Calvin Cristoforo, and Jay Driver, Calvin, strikes out the side of the 6th, gets through a season-high 6 frames of work. He's kept his Harbor Hawks in this ballgame.
Yeah, now the Hawks have all the momentum heading into the 7th inning. If you would have told me tonight that Driver would get through 6 innings after he allowed 3 runs in the first, I would have said you're crazy, but he has picked it up and is throwing all of his pitches for strikes. Not sure how much longer he has, because I think his night is done as he trots out to the bullpen down the right field line for the Hawks.
Colkin out for his second full inning of work. He's tossed 2 1/3 tonight, or would have tossed 2 1/3 if he could get through this inning. Here's Riku Nishida. The first pitch is a fastball at the top of the zone for strike 1, 0-1. And if you're Eric Vitti, this is the man you want open up this frame down by 1 run. Nishida 1 for 3 tonight, singled in the first. Also lined out to the shortstop and Peck, who made a nice leaping grab to take away a hit. Back in the 4th. Colkin from the stretch is 0-1. Nishida shows bunt, pulls back, takes down away. Count evens up at 1.
This game feels very similar to the Braves' 4-3 win against Hyannis back here on Tuesday night. That was a tight one all throughout. The Braves hung on and grabbed a 4-2 victory tonight. 4-3 victory tonight, same tally.
That's the 3rd win in a row. Talking about last Monday's matchup for the Braves against the Harbor Hawks this season. They lead the summer series 3-1-2, 1-1. Swinging a hard ground ball down the first base line, just top spins foul. 1-2 the count here on Nishida.
And you rarely see Nishida go that way. But if he would hook that into the right field corner, he only has 3 extra base hits on the season. That's probably a triple for this guy, who's got all the speed you can imagine.
A lot of green here in the deep Doran Park, especially with the outfield shifting him shallow. If he could get one over their heads, he could run for a while. Wind blowing out as well. 1-2 is poked foul to the left side and out of play. Count stays at 1-2 here on Nishida. The left-handed hitter just saw that one super deep, almost taking it out of the glove of Espinal, and a fastball at the top of the zone. He steps out of the box, readjusts his batting gloves as Colkin steps back onto the third base side of the hill and peers it for the sign. Infield shading Nishida to hit the ball the other way, which you rarely see for a left-handed hitter. Shaw a couple steps up the middle, Peck a couple steps towards the 6th hole. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with a running fastball. Fading off the plate, a tough guy to punch out, but Colkin picks up his second. Big one to open up this 7th.
Yeah, really big strikeout there. You keep him off the base to begin this inning. Colkin's been really sharp, throwing all of his pitches for strikes with that sidewinding motion, extending this game to the back end of the Braves bullpen.
So here's Mitch Jebb. He's looking to get off the schneid this evening. 0 for 2, reached on a walk back in the 3rd. Colkin from the stretch, his first pitch. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 1. 0-1. 24 pitches now for Colkin. 17 of them for strikes. Jebb now just 4 for 15 in the postseason after hitting nearly at a 500 clip over the last week. Swinging a high pop-up on the infield. The pitcher and Colkin in front of the mound is going to make way to the third baseman, Bryce Eblin, who makes the catch right at his waist. 2 away. So the top 2 tandem for the Harbor Hawks set down quickly here by Colkin. That sets up Cole McConnell to the dish.
I'm telling you, this guy Colkin's a weapon the Braves can use down the stretch. I don't see him going further than an inning in the 3rd, 2 innings and 2 1/3 innings, I should say, with Belgrave getting loose. Also, Cade Boxrucker has a ball down to the Braves bullpen as well.
Here's Cole McConnell. with 2 down and nobody on. He's 1 for 3, singled back in the third, and has struck out twice. First pitch, up and away with a heater. 1-0 count. And this is the Braves pitching staff that we've been more accustomed to seeing, especially over the last couple of weeks. We mentioned 18 runs in those 3 games against the Commodores. 1-0. Over the heart of the plate with a heater. Count evens up at 1. Those 18 runs, well more than they had allowed in the previous 17, make that 72 innings of work that ended the season. They allowed 11 runs in that span. Tonight, the pitching has been sharp. A couple of unearned runs as well. 1-1 is inside ball 2. McConnell scoots out of the way, 2-1. 2 of the 3 runs tonight for the Harbor Hawks coming in on an E5 from Eblin and a bases loaded walk from Cunningham. Both those unearned. Then the RBI single from Ruiz pushed them within 1. 2-1 is swung on the loop, shallow left field. This one's going to get down for a base hit. McConnell can run. He's going to take the turnaround first, but Evan Slight will get the ball in quickly. So a single for Cole McConnell. He's 2 for 4 tonight, and the tying run on base with good speed here for Jackson Ross.
I mean, that's how tight this game is. You think Culkin's cruising, going to get through the 7th inning, no problem. And then even with a bleeder, bloop base hit into shallow right field, you say, uh-oh, because now you're in trouble with Jackson Ross, a guy who has been on base twice tonight, doesn't have a hit, but can hit the ball as far as anyone in this Harbor Hawk lineup.
Wind is blowing out towards this pole side. The American flag in straightaway center field, swaying out towards left center. McConnell takes his lead from first base. Righty on right. Culkin from the stretch, his first pitch. Misses inside with a heater. 1-0 count. Ross has reached base twice, once via the hit by pitch, the other via a walk. That was against Cunningham back in the 5th. Big spot here for Culkin, the biggest he's had as a Brave so far. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Tied him up in knots with a heater running inside. Counting runs up at 1. Lights shining bright now. Twilight skies above. Navy blue fading into the trees in straightaway center. Culkin holds the ball behind his back in his right hand, glove tucked into his front chest in his left. Brings the 2 together as he settles at the chest. 1-1 is upstairs with a heater. 2-1. The Harbor Hawks have not been too aggressive on the base paths tonight. Led the league with 95 stolen bags in the regular season. Entered this game tonight 5 of 6 in the postseason. The only stolen bag they have so far this evening was Nishida's back all the way in the first. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Another good fastball. Culkin challenging Ross at the top of the zone. 2-2. Big spot here for the Braves. Culkin trying to come up large. 4-3. Born your score. Tying run at first in McDonald. Culkin from the stretch, a move to first base. McConnell gets back in with a dive. Drew Earhart, the third baseman on deck. And then Pancho Ruiz if the inning extends that far. Infield twirled around the pull side for Ross. Shot once again ranging up the middle. 2-2, McConnell goes, pitch in the way is spoiled foul. That was another running fastball in on the handle of the bat of Ross, just gets a piece to stay alive.
Slammed ahead with this fastball. Now might be the time with a 2-2 count to try to bury a slider and get the batter in Ross all the way out on his front foot. McConnell is going though, so you do allow the possibility of a steal if the pitch is not swung and missed at.
2-2 the count here with 2 down, Braves up by 1. Pitch, swinging a number off the foot of McConnell, quickly rolls out to the mound. Culkin fields it, but umpire Mike Hinojosa was all over it, calling it foul immediately. Count stays at 2-2. And you could tell Ross likely having to guess up there whether it's going to be that super sinker or the frisbee slider from Culkin. Guessed slider, and it was running inside towards his chest. And he just got a piece and knocked it off his foot. Culkin's only outing of the year was against Kituit on Wednesday, when an inning and 2/3. So far through 2 tonight, would love 2 1/3 next to his name in the box score. Needs to get Ross here though, as there's another move to first base. McConnell gets back in safely. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Harborhawks. 4 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Bourne. Ross taps the plate once, pinwheels that bat, and promptly lifts it above his right shoulder. Colkin now steps off again. You can tell he has McConnell in the mind, who ran a couple of pitches ago. Colkin pauses above the belt. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip knocks off the home plate umpire and Hinojosa, who twirls quickly into a circle. Alan Espinal, the catcher, over to make sure he's all right. McConnell make that. Ross just got a piece of that one. Colkin continues to pound Ross inside. Just fouled it straight back. And it looks like Mike Hinojosa, the home plate umpire, still in a lot of pain. Maybe caught him towards the hand or the wrist area.
Yeah, that's exactly where it got him. Came in and got the hand, the right hand of the home plate umpire. Hopefully he's okay. This is a really good fight here going between Ross and Colkin. The batter for Hyannis has fouled off a ton of tough pitches in this AB.
Trainer out to see Hinojosa right now, who meets with the 3 other men in his crew. David Perry at third tonight, Mike Beal at second, and Jeff Merzel at first. And again, for what was a really tightly contested plate appearance, now Colkin and Ross, who were dialed in, have to hit pause now. As we'll see if Hinojosa can stay in this game tonight. Just got to hope that nothing's broken. Again, with the hands exposed right there, a lot of tiny bones in there, but we'll see what the verdict is here. Braves lead at 4-3. They jumped out to a 3-run lead in the bottom of the first inning. A big RBI base hits from Matt Shaw, Evan Slight, and Josh Kuroda-Grauer. The Harborhawks would bounce back in the top half of the second, pushing in a run on a bases-loaded E5 off the bat of Earhard, who sits on deck as we speak, and a bases-loaded walk to Pancho Ruiz. Then it was Ruiz who came up and blooped a single just past the diving glove of Enos. And if Enos doesn't get a piece of that ball, Calvin, not only do 2 runs score, but Ruiz has a chance to at least get to third, if not circle the bases. But fortunately enough for the Braves, Enos laid out. It just hit off the edge of his webbing, rolled off about maybe 5, 6, 7 feet towards his left, and the Braves were able to throw out Ross at the plate, who would have been the tying run. So the Braves hold on to this 1-run lead here in the top of the 7th. As Hinojosa, the home plate umpire, continues to meet here with the trainer and the rest of his staff. And he'll head back towards home plate. Looks like he heisted it up a little bit, gets a round of applause here from the fans at Doran Park. Braves fans and Harborhawks fans collectively clapping in unison, and now they will resume play and start rooting for their teams. Big spot right here, 2-2 the count here with 2 down. Cole McConnell over at first base represents the tying run. Ross with a lot of pop in that right-handed bat could give them the lead. 4-3 Braves, top of the 7th. Hyannis just 7 outs to work with in this game. Colkin from the stretch again. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sean Colkin blows a fastball by Ross to end the inning. Second strikeout of the frame for the right-hander as he holds on to a 4-3 Braves lead. Before we head to the bottom half of the 7th, we're going to pause and listen to God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to
BourneBraves.org, the official website of the Bourne Braves, is your one-stop shop for everything Bravos. From directions to the ballpark, the full game schedule, team information, game recaps, roster news, and more. BourneBraves.org is the place to go for information on your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Bourne Braves Baseball on the Bourne Braves Radio Network. You can listen to all 22 Braves regular season contests away from Doran Park here on our YouTube live stream. Can't make it to Chatham? 2-1 out for Wareham? Too busy for Brewster? Not to worry. Just search the Bourne Braves on YouTube, sit back, relax, and enjoy a summer night listening to your favorite team on the Cape.
This is Braves pitcher Hunter Furtado from Alabama Baseball. This is Bourne Braves Baseball.
Welcome back to Doran Park, bottom of the 7th inning. Braves lead at 4-3 here in Game 1 of the Western Division Final. The night now done for Jay Driver, who was just nails tonight after a difficult first inning in which he allowed 3 runs. In total, his final line, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk. In 9 strikeouts, finished the 6th, striking out the side. And he came off that mound ready to rumble. He was pounding his chest, screaming towards his dugout, almost full sprint back to that first base side.
Yeah, it was a really gutsy outing for him tonight. After his rough start, allowed 3 runs in the first, but just 1 run the rest of the way, including 4 straight strikeouts to end his night. And now it's up to Holland Towns, who had a lot of success against the Braves here on Tuesday. Big, over-the-top, herky-jerk motion. Fastball comes in on the hands to right-handers. He's another uncomfortable at-bat. Braves looking to push across a couple of runs here to get some insurance for the back end of this Braves bullpen.
Towns in total, 2 outings in the regular season, a combined 4 innings, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. Opponents just hit a $143. Again, that's just a small sample size, only faced 16 batters, allowing 2 hits in that span. Look at the bottom third of the Braves lineup here. Ryan Enos, John Peck, and Alan Espinal. The Braves just desperately looking for some breathing room. Again, leading by 1 run here. And the Harbor Hawks, just with 6 outs to work with, when they come out for the top half of the 8th, they'll send up Earhart, Ruiz, and Pintelli, 5, 6, and 7 in their order. So it's up to the 6'4" right-hander out of Southern Mississippi to keep this a 1-run deficit here for the Harbor Hawks. Again, Game 1 of this best-of-3 set, Game 2 tomorrow at McKeon Park in Hyannis. And if the Braves pick up a win tonight, would be a win away from clinching an appearance in the Cape Cod League Championship for the 2nd consecutive season. Towns winds and fires his first pitch to Enos. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 1. 0-1 the count. And that would be big for the Braves because they have been mighty productive at McKeon Park in Hyannis. 2 0-1 there. Again, the tie was 1-1 back on July 6th. Towns tosses the 0-1. Breaking ball just falls off the top shelf. 0-2 here on Enos. That is a sharp 12-6 breaking ball with a lot of late break. It'll be tough for Braves hitters tonight, even though they did see it last Monday for 3 innings of work. Towns from the wind, the 0-2. Fastball down low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he hides the ball with that over-the-top motion. It's kind of a really late pickup Braves hitters get, because when it sneaks over his shoulder, it comes across and out of his hand a lot later than it did the righty and driver to start this game.
Enos 0 for 2 tonight. He's put the ball in play both times. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, chopped on the ground to third. Bobbled by Earhart. That's down and past him as the shortstop at Pintelli will back it up. So it'll be an E5 on the third baseman in Earhart. It's the first error charge to the Harbor Hawks this evening, and a leadoff base runner here for the Braves.
And a tough play to make. It was a chopping ground ball that Earhart just really couldn't control. He never got a good read on it. And it handcuffed him when it came in on that last bounce. It was a chopper that Enos hit hard, and now you got to worry about his speed at first base with nobody out to begin this 7th inning.
Sends up John Peck, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Both were looking against Jay Driver, who struck out 9 in total on the night. Driver, how about this? Has struck out 28 batters in his last 3 starts. That in just about 17 innings of work. Towns just into the game. First pitch to Peck is a fastball upstairs for ball 1.
So now here's an interesting spot. Hyannis has to worry about Eames' speed at first, so they're holding him on. The second baseman is Sheeta playing up the middle in case of a stolen base attempt. That means there's a huge hole on the right side of the infield, and Peck went that way with his base hit last night.
Braves just need to keep this line moving. Enos takes his lead from first, a threat to run. Downs from the stretch again, the 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball, deep center field. McConnell sprinting back, showing his numbers, looking up. This one is down and over the wall for a ground rule double. John Peck just missing his first home run of the summer by a matter of feet, hitting a missile over the head of McConnell, and the Braves got something going, second and third, nobody out.
And I think this is a good matchup for John Peck because at times this season when he's had his struggles catching up to pitches, it's with balls upstairs in the strike zone at the letters that he can't catch up to. Towns, with that over-the-top motion, loves to throw downhill and work down in the zone. Peck got the barrel to it and hit a scorching line drive over the warning track and over the 395 sign in dead center field.
Peck has had a couple of close calls in terms of long balls against the Harbor Hawks this summer. Go back to that 18-10 win back on July 9th. He tied the game up, or in fact gave them the lead with a 2-run double to left center field that he knocked just off the base of the wall in left center over at McKeon Park. And just missed that one by what had to be about 3, maybe 4 feet. So there's a meeting between all of the Braves' offensive players right now in play, with Enos, Peck, looks like Nelson Taylor over there as well.
I think if Espinal were to get on here, they would pinch run Nelson Taylor. Tomas Frick just ran down to the bullpen, and he's getting stretched out down there with his shin pads on. So if Espinal comes on, or gets on, they're going to Taylor to run for him. That's why he was in that conversation. But now Hyannis, down by 1 run. Braves trying to open this game up again. Have to bring the infield in with nobody out here in the 7th inning.
Espinal has been swinging it really well as of late. Riding a 5-game hitting streak, 8 for 18 in that stretch, but 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball does the job. Enos at third, Peck at second, both with really good speed. Holland Towns has found himself in a really tough spot here, down by 1. First pitch to Espinal. Fastball, down and away ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Fans showing off the energy here tonight at Doran Park, a playoff atmosphere. Nonetheless, top of the order on deck, and Bryce Eblin here. 4-3 Braves your score here in the bottom of the 7th. Towns from the stretch. 1-0. Breaking ball, drops over the top of the zone. Count evens up at 1. This will be a difficult matchup for Espinal with the right-hander in Towns on the mound. Of course, Espinal, a right-handed hitter himself. We talked about it. It's been one of the better hitters in this lineup as of late. When he gets starts, he's been platooned with Tomas Frick, catching every other day. His batting clip has raised 100 points since July 20th. Would love to continue to raise it up towards the Mendoza line right here. Second and third, nobody out. Towns from the stretch again. 1-1. Breaking ball tapped on the ground to third, fielded by Earhart, goes to the plate. He has Enos caught in a rundown right now. Ruiz throws back to Earhart, who's chasing Enos to the bag, tags it on his backside for out number 1. Meanwhile, to third goes Peck, Espinal to second, and Enos did his job, was caught red-handed, but stayed in a rundown long enough to keep the second and third spot, now with 1 away.
Yeah, and I think he might have had a chance to score if he just put his head down and went all the way to the plate. But once he hesitated, a really good job getting into a rundown and a really good job of the Braves base runners behind him, and Peck to go from second to third, and Espinal not to stop and head into second base. Now let's see if they do pinch run Nelson Taylor for the Braves catcher, who stands in scoring position.
Scott Landers is yet to make a move here. So as of now, Espinal at second, Peck at third, and Bryce Eblin, who is one of the hottest hitters on this team, loves to face these Harbor Hawks, and excels at putting the ball in play. the right man up in this spot. Braves need some insurance up 4-3. Harborhawks will once again draw the infield in. Matt Horvath on deck. But Towns going to have to focus on the leadoff man in Eblin here. Arms left to right in the outfield, Flores, McConnell, and Ross. As Espinal getting a huge lead at second. As they're going to now put Eblin on here. So he'll take the intentional pass. That will load the bases up, set up a force at all bags, and a chance for the Harborhawks to turn two on the right-handed hitter in Horvath.
Wow. I'm not sure about that decision. Eblin has raked against Hyannis this season. But I'm not chomping at the bit to face Mac Horvath with the bases loaded.
Braves have one grand slam this year, and it was courtesy of this man. Horvath 2 for 5 with the bases packed, a home run and 6 RBIs. That other knock was a 2-run single against the Harwich Mariners last week. Bases full of Braves. Peck at third, Espinal at second, Eblin at first. Righty on right. Towns from the stretch, his first pitch. Breaking ball, drops over the heart of the plate. 0-1.
Regardless of the situation, though, the Braves need to get at least one run out of this situation. Bases loaded, one out. They had second and third with nobody out. Horvath needs to lift something or roll it over to the right side of the infield where there is a gaping hole.
Towns from the stretch again. The 0-1. Swing and a foul straight back. Huge rip from Horvath. Count quickly jumps to 0-2. The Harborhawks have struggled as a pitching staff with the bases loaded. Opponents hitting .295 and 44 at-bats against them. They have yet to give up a grand slam. But again, the focus here, just trying to get either a strikeout, pop-out, or a hard ground ball right at one of your infielders to try and get a step closer to evading trouble. Matt Shaw, the MVP, on deck. Horvath digs back into the right-hander's batter's box. Bat swaying back and forth as he awaits the set from Towns. Right-hander ready. The 0-2. Breaking ball tapped softly to second. Nishida picks it up, shovels to second for one. The relay to first base is in time. 4-6-3 double play, and not a bigger one this entire season for the Harborhawks. Is Holland Towns, a Houdini act, gets out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam, does not allow a run. The Braves still lead by one. It's 4-3 as we enter the top of the 8th. And you can feel some energy inserted into that Harborhawks dugout. They're looking to get back into this one when we return.
You know what Pete Alonso, Kevin Youkilis, and Lou Merloni all have in common? Go ahead, take a guess. Yeah, that's right. They're all former born Braves. The list of famous Bravo alumni is lengthy and it's growing fast. Take 2021 Major League Baseball first overall pick, Henry Davis, for example. He was on the Cape just 3 summers ago, back in 2019. So make sure you don't miss out on watching the future stars of tomorrow today. Admission to all games at Doran Park and around the Cape Cod League is free. For the full Braves schedule, head to the Bravos team website, bornbraves.org.
Did you know it takes $150,000 to field the Braves every summer? We are a non-profit, all-volunteer organization that relies solely on the donations of private citizens and local businesses. The Born Braves are a 501c organization, and all donations are tax deductible. You can donate today online at bornbraves.org.
This is Ryan Fisher, right-handed pitcher, New Jersey Institute of Technology. Go Born Braves.
In right field after originally playing center. Now playing center field for
4-3, top of the 8th, back at Doran Park in Bourne in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. Hyannis escaping grave danger in the bottom half of the 7th. Bourne put runners on second and third with nobody out, loaded the bases with one out, but a 6-4-3 double play. Tossed by Holland Towns gets the Hawks out of the jam unscathed. And now they come to bat trying to tie or take the lead in this game for the first time since the first inning when the Braves took a 3-0 advantage. Sean Culkin, who's been really good for the Braves, out for his 3rd clean inning of work. He will face 5, 6, 7, Earhart, Ruiz, and Patelli here in the Hyannis lineup. First pitch. Slider that twists the batter in Earhart out of the way and crosses home plate, strike one.
And you need a shutdown inning bad right here. Have to stop the momentum from Hyannis.
Culkin's 0-1. Tap to third, Eblin backs up on it. Jumps, fields, fires, and gets the runner in Earhart at first base by 2 steps. Another one of those high chopping ground balls that we've seen at third base all night long. Eblin took a step back, leaped up, snatched it, and threw out the runner for the first out here to begin the top of the 8th.
Eerily similar to the ball that Josh Kuroda-Grauer put in play to drive in a run in the first. That one hopped over the head of Earhart. Eblin, an athletic play, sprawling back to make that one.
So nobody on, 1 out, and here is the catcher, Pancho Ruiz, the first pitch. Slider that just missed off the outside black for ball 1. Ruiz a 1 for 2 night. He's been on base twice, a single and a walk. The 1 out. Breaking ball right below the zone. It misses. Now 2-0 here in the Hyannis catcher. Ruiz singled against Culkin back in the 5th. That drove in a run. Enos couldn't get it in right field with a sliding attempt. 2-0. This time a fastball drops right at the knees and catches the zone for strike 1. No more navy blue skies, twilight out the window. Now complete darkness under the lights here at Doran Park. 2-1. Wave and a miss. Culkin beat him upstairs with a rising fastball. Now 2-2 here on the backstop for the Hawks.
And if just one Harbor Hawk can reach within the next 5 batters, it would guarantee that Mitch Jebb would come up in the 9th, and that has to be the goal at the very least, if not pushing across some base runners here in the bottom third of this lineup.
Jebb, the heart and soul of this Harbor Hawk lineup. The 2-2. Ground ball to third. Here comes Eblin on the run. He fields on the run. He throws, and on the run, he tosses out Ruiz by a couple of steps for the second out here to begin the top half of the 8th.
Eblin, ever since that E5, has been a vacuum over there at third, just so smooth, gliding over in and towards his left. And Culkin, again, just eating up right-handers with that sinker inside.
Talk about building a bridge. Sean Culkin doing his job tonight and then some to try to get to Nigel Belgrave, who most likely will start off the 9th. One more out to get. It's the shortstop Patelli to pitch. Slider down and in. Misses for ball 1. Patelli on the night, 0 for 3, punched out twice against the starter Cunningham, and grounded to first in the 6th. Culkin working strictly from the stretch, sets at the belt, is 1-0. Rolled over to first, playable for Brito. He gloves, takes it to the base himself, and wins the chase with the Hyannis shortstop to get the Hawks down in order here in the top half of the 8th. Boy, has Sean Culkin been special tonight. One of the new arms out of the Braves bullpen has shined here in the postseason. He puts together 3 1/3 scoreless innings as we head to the bottom of the 8th with the Braves leading 4-3. For the Braves hit for the 8th time tonight, let's go back down to the sidelines and say hello once again to Ethan Frank.
Thanks, Calvin. I think it's clear at this point, now that this is the Braves' 4th postseason game, that playoff baseball is much different from regular season baseball. You saw a defensive change. That is not something we saw a lot of in the regular season, putting Nelson Taylor out there, moving Matt Horvath from center to right, and taking Ryan Enos out of this game. That is not something Scott Landers would have done in the regular season because of how important this game is, the regular season. You know, more for getting comfortable, building a rapport, doing that kind of stuff. But Scott Landers playing to win, obviously, but I think it just shows how invested these guys are in winning. And then just the next man up mentality. Nelson Taylor sitting here on the bench all game, yelling on the field, and then he just goes into the game in center field, and he is automatically ready to go. And you got to give a lot of credit to Sean Culkin as well. You guys have mentioned it a number of times. But the guys that are stepping up out of nowhere for this Braves team is just absolutely unbelievable over these last couple weeks. It started with Matt Duffy out of the bullpen a couple of weeks ago, getting a couple of big saves, and now you have new guys coming in. Last night it was Nolan Sparks. Tonight it is Sean Culkin. Who will it be tomorrow? I don't know, but we'll see if the Braves can finish this one off and have a chance to sweep tomorrow.
Well, Ethan, everything changes in the postseason, and the Braves have gotten the benefit of some new guys lately added to the Bourne roster, paying off big here in the postseason. Tonight, it's Sean Culkin, who went 3 1/3 out of the bullpen, not allowing a single run to keep this a 4-3 Braves lead as they hit in the home half of the 8th inning. The Braves will send up the meat of the order, 3-4-5, Shaw, Brito, and Slight. Trying to give a cushion to Nigel Belgrave, who is set to close out this game tonight. Shaw on the evening singled and scored in the first, Sense 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. First pitch from Towns. Fastball in there at the knees for strike one. Towns did his best Houdini impression in the bottom of the 7th inning. Braves put runners on second and third with nobody out, loaded the bases with 1 out, but were unable to scratch across a run as a 4-6-3 double play was rolled up by this Hyannis infield. The 0-1 to Shaw. Breaking ball down and away. Misses off the edge for ball 1. Matt Shaw, the league MVP, has a cycle to his name against these Hyannis Harborhawks early in this season. Tries to jumpstart the Braves offense in the 8th. The 1-1. Swinging the ball, roped out to right field. Going back is Ross on the track. He slides and makes the catch. The Hyannis right fielder, Jackson Ross, saves extra bases to start the 8th inning for the Braves. That ball was tailing away from him off the bat of the right-handed hitting Matt Shaw all the way into the right field corner in front of the 300 marker. And he ran it down and caught it with a slide right in front of his knees to make the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So an impressive grab keeps the bases empty with 1 out. Braves still up by 1, and here is Chris Brito, the pitch. Big over-the-top looping breaking ball in there for strike 1. Hyannis down to their final 3 outs when they bat in the top of the 9th. They'll have 8-9-1. Shaniel, Flores, and Nishida due up. The 0-1. Back to that curveball, but this one's too tall for ball 1. What's at stake tonight? Well, the winner has the opportunity to go to the championship series with a win tomorrow at McKeon Park in Hyannis. The loser tomorrow night trying to fend off elimination. The 1-1 to Brito. Waved at and missed. Another curveball, the 3rd straight to start this at-bat. And now the Braves, big first baseman behind 1 and 2. Facing Towns for the first time tonight. The Southern Mississippi righty works from the wind. His 1-2. Goes back to the off-speed stuff, but this one below the zone, nowhere near the plate. Now 2-2 in the Braves' big first baseman. Brito doubled and scored in the 3rd inning. That was against the starter, Jay Driver, who put 6 really tough innings together. Is on the hook, though, with his team trailing 4-3. The 2-2. Hit high, but not very deep out to left. Should be playable for Flores, the left fielder. In front of the warning track, he makes the one-handed catch for the first flyout of the night by Chris Brito in the 2nd straight fly ball to start off this 8th inning.
Left fielder number 27 out of Rutgers.
Brito put a lot of barrel on that, but just skied it too far. Plenty of time for the left fielder and Flores to make the catch down to the left field corner, and now 2 are gone. Here to begin the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the last chance for the Braves to get some insurance belongs to Evan Slight, the left fielder. Towns has been really sharp after escaping danger in the 7th, 1 out away from a 1-2-3 9th. Facing the left-handed swinging Slight, the pitch. Back to that curveball, and he's loved working ahead of it in this inning. Drops over the plate for strike 1. Slight, part of the Braves' 3-run attack in the 1st inning, hit a ground rule double down the left field line to drive in Matt Shaw. The 0-1. Gets the inside corner, a fastball for strike 2. Slight doesn't like it, but it gets the corner. Now the count is 0-2. Bases empty, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th inning. 4-3, the Braves lead it in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. The Hyannis faithful who's made the trip starts the slow clap, the 0-2. Foul tip, Slight just got a piece of that one. Hit off his bat, then off the glove of the catcher in Ruiz. And Slight, just by the skin of his teeth, stays alive. If he's able to extend this inning, his Rutgers teammate Josh Corona-Grauer waits on deck. Towns looking to get the momentum for his squad as they head to the ninth. The righty's 0-2. Waved at it, miss. A breaking ball in the dirt. And Slight's out on his front foot. He can't get it. Strike 3. So Holland Towns a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th, and we're going to the 9th in a one-run contest. 4-3 is the Braves' lead, and it looks like Sean Culkin is making the walk back out to the mound to start off the 9th for the Braves. Don't go anywhere. It's a one-run postseason battle on the Born Braves television network.
Keep up to speed with the Braves when you're away from Doran Park by visiting our website at bornbraves.org, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and like us on Instagram and Facebook. You'll be kept up to date all year long with the Braves.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military and veterans. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more.
A night at the ballpark is one of the best ways to spend a summer evening with the family. With free admission to Doran Park and every field on the Cape, you can bring along the entire crew to experience a free night of fun at the park. Catch the best collegiate summer baseball league with the whole family all summer long, with tickets starting and ending at $0. To find the full Braves schedule, head over to our website, bornbraves.org.
So here we go, 4-3 Braves, top half of the 9th inning at Doran Park in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. Sean Culkin out for his 4th inning of work. The batter is Nolan Shaniel, the 8-hitter. The first pitch, tapped out to first. Brito's got it, and on one pitch, that's the first out in the top of the 9th inning.
And that's a huge first out right there. Again, the goal for Culkin, 1, obviously trying to get through this inning unscathed, but 2, do not want to let Mitch Jebb get an opportunity right here. He's due up 4th in this inning. Get the 9-hole hitter in Tito Flores, who came up with a big hit back in this 3rd inning. Besides that, has been held quiet for the rest of that. How about Culkin tonight? You have Sparks last night. A couple of guys really stepping up here for the Braves.
Sean Culkin has been huge tonight. Nigel Belgrave still getting loose in the Braves bullpen if he runs into any trouble. And now he squares off with the number 9 man, Tito Flores. The pitch, down and in for ball 1. Culkin punched out Flores in their first go-around back in the 6th inning. That was part of a 1-2-3 frame for the Braves right-hander. The 1-0. Two-seam fastball that ran in too tight. Now it's 2-0 here on the left fielder for the Harbor Hawks. After allowing back-to-back base hits to start his night, Culkin has allowed just 1 hit over his last 3 1/3. 2-0 to Flores. This one catches the inside corner, a strike. Now 2 balls and 1 strike here on the left fielder for the Harbor Hawks.
And his stuff is really similar to Driver. Has that sinking fastball with the arm side run that he copes with that slider. And the Harbor Hawks have had no answer.
He works from the stretch. The 2-1. Hit off the hands, right back to the pitcher, and Culkin, who with a little leap makes the one-handed catch, and suddenly, in undramatic fashion, the Harbor Hawks are down to their final out tonight.
And of course, fittingly, Riku Nishida, who has put up a fight in every single plate appearance tonight, setting the tone with a 10-pitch at-bat. Single to left field to open up the first is the last chance for Hyannis this evening.
And if Culkin wants to finish this game off, he's going to have to go through it the hard way. Here is Nishida, who he punched out a rare Riku Nishida strikeout in the 7th inning on a nasty sinking fastball down and away to the left-handed batter. Nigel Belgrave still getting loose down in the Braves bullpen. Culkin, you got to imagine, on a really short leash. His pitch, just up and away. Off the outside corner, ball 1 to the 5'6" Hyannis leadoff hitter.
Back to that Flores at bat. Really good work from Colkin, falling behind 2-0. Stuck with the plan with that fastball inside, and once again sawed off another right-handed bat.
2 outs, bases empty, the 1-0. Foul tipped into the mitt. Colkin challenged Nishida with a fastball and put it past him for strike 1. Braves have defeated the Harbor Hawks in 4 straight meetings. The last one was on Tuesday, a 4-3 Braves win here at Doran Park. But tonight's win, the biggest of the season, and a Bourne team that is undefeated at McKeon Park has an opportunity to close out the series, but not so fast. A line drive into right field, and the speedy Riku Nishida's on here with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
They got a pitch over the heart of the plate and just pulled it on a line into right field. And we said at the goal, try your best not to get to Mitch Jebb, who's been held hitless tonight so far, 0 for 4. His 9-game hitting streak in jeopardy, but more importantly, this game in jeopardy for the Harbor Hawks needs to extend it with 3, 4, and 5 to up here.
Michigan State, Mitch Jebb.
And Sean Colkin is continuing to be the weapon that Scott Landers uses, even with the knock by Nishida. The pitch, Nishida bluffs the steal, and the first pitch is a fastball in there at the belt for strike 1. The Cape's leader in bases stolen leads off of first base in Riku Nishida. The batter, Mitch Jebb, finished second in hitting on the Cape this summer and does not go 0 for. He's 0 for 3 tonight, trying to extend his hitting streak to 10 games. The 0-1 just above the zone, now 1-1 here in the Harbor Hawks DH.
And Nishida won't be afraid to run here. There was a game where he was the tying run a couple weeks ago at McKeon Park, and with 2 outs, he was still running even for 3rd.
He gets his lead. He's going. The pitch, swung and a miss. The throw down on the money. He got him, and the Braves win it. Alan Espinal pulls out the cannon from the back pocket and tosses out the Cape's leading base stealer to walk it off in Game 1 of the West Division Championship Series. Oh boy, are you kidding me? The Braves take it 4-3 to win Game 1 here tonight at Doran Park. We'll welcome you back into the broadcast booth for the final time, and that was a lot of fun. The Braves scored 3 in the first, they scored 1 in the third, and held on for a 4-3 win.
And that was a seed from Espinal. He threw that ball so hard, John Peck wasn't even there to cover at first. Had to essentially run to the bag, applied the tag in one motion against Nishida, who was sliding to the back edge. My goodness, I don't think we've seen Alan Espinal throw a ball harder this year, and he was fired up outside that batter's circle before the call was even made. A huge play right there, because if Nishida gets into scoring position, Jebb, who hits the ball better than anyone, has a chance to tie the game with a base knock.
Hyannis staying to their formula, rolling the dice with the runner on first base and the Cape's leading base stealer over there. They sent him. Alan Espinal threw him out for the Braves to win it 4-3. And now it's tough to do this, but we're going to look ahead. McKeon Park tomorrow night. Braves haven't lost there this season. Trying to sweep the Hyannis Harbor Hawks in the West Division Championship Series. It's not going to be easy. The Hawks fighting with their backs against the wall. What do the Braves need to do to get back to their winning ways at that ballpark in Hyannis?
Jump on the board early. You cannot let that game get away from you. If you look at all the games that these two teams have played, for the most part, it's been a pendulum swaying back and forth with a ton of momentum switching from each end to another right here. This game a little bit different tonight. We saw Hyannis bounce back a couple of times, but the Braves were really sharp defensively, minus the E5 from Bryce Evelyn, and the bullpen bounced back in a huge way. The pitching has really struggled over the last 3 nights. They were tremendous this evening. They now moved to 12 in 2 and 1 run games. They won 7 one-run contests in a row now. This was their game tonight. They set the tone.
Nobody is better in one-run games than the Bourne Braves. They have won a dozen now on this season. Just let that think in. A dozen victories in one-run contests. And tomorrow in Hyannis, the Harbor Hawks will have their backs against the wall. It's going to be a heavyweight bout between the Braves and the Hawks. Bourne trying to get back to the CCBL Championship Series for the second time in as many years. That does it for us here at Doran Park. For excellent producer Ben Spector, for my partner Max Tanzer, Calvin Cristoforo signing off. We'll send it down to the sidelines where Ethan Frank has our player of the game.
Thanks, Calvin. Here with our Braves player of the game, Sean Culkin. An unbelievable relief performance. I'm looking up at you because that was a Greek god-like performance at a relief for you. How do you feel right now?
I feel pretty good. I mean, I appreciate the compliment. I was trying to do my job. Out of the pen, you just got to come in and throw strikes and get guys out, and that's what I tried to do the whole time. I wasn't trying to think too much. Just next guy, next pitch.
Why do you think your stuff played so well against this Hyannis lineup?
I'm not sure. I guess there's a lot of righties, and all right, I guess I run in a little bit with the two-seam lefties that kind of working away, trying to work low, just get some ground balls. Got a bunch of ground balls today. My defense is playing amazing behind me.
When you have the support of your defense and your offense, you come in with the lead. How much does that help your confidence?
Oh, it's so much. When you have a lead, you just have some room to, work, and it's awesome to have a lead. It's great.
Absolutely. You guys are now one win away from moving to the Cape Cod League Championship Series. What do you guys need to do tomorrow to get it done?
Win the game. Win the game. That's simple.
Simple as that. Sean, thank you so much for your time and great job tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, that's Sean Culkin, Braves relief pitcher. Unbelievable performance from him tonight. 4 1/3 innings of relief to save this game for the Braves. You'll see Sean and the rest of the Braves back in action tomorrow at McKeon Park. That game starts at 6 o'clock. Our coverage on the Born Braves Radio Network starts at 5:40. Sean, thank you again.
Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for us. For Ben, Max, and Calvin, signing off. See you tomorrow.